My MVP going to a little homie that got choked out in debt to no rare company.
He was talking his shit.
Hey, bro.
He was talking his shit, bro.
Us all being professionals, like, think about how much balls you got to be in your boss office. Like, hey, boss, your idea dumb as hell, bro. Like, this book you've been reading, it sounds like a crackpot book. You know that? Like, that's some nuts. And then he got choked the fuck out pretty calm. Yo, hey, you hurt me. I feel like that nigga went out like, yo, low-key, fuck this shit. He didn't give a
His
fuck.
ghost was probably still calling him a bitch.
Like, and you gotta realize when that nigga woke up today, he brushed his teeth. He like, bro, I'm about to go in on my boss today.
That weak ass commercial you put out.
Hey, that commercial was kind of weak, boss. Hey, right. Hey, bro, that book you read dumb as hell.
Yeah, I read it. I thought it was stupid as hell, bro.
Yep.
Oh shit! It just started recording. I didn't even know I could do that.
Make sure I get my the wind in my arm.
Yeah.
Get the wind on my
Oh, you want me to book things?
Yeah.
Weak ass. Yeah, bro. Hey, without you, bro.
He's trying to start that nonsense already. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome to the AfrOtaku podcast, episode 20, the podcast where we talk about anime, manga, and everything else. I'm Mr. Good Guy, aka MGG, and I'm joined here by my co-host, who will introduce himself starting right now.
Hello, it's Player 5.
What's good? It's Jugga.
What up, what up? I am Gramps.
All right, let's get into the story time. Take it away, Player 5.
Oh, okay. That quick, forgot it was me.
Wow.
So literally yesterday, I went on a Mardi Gras booze cruise.
Oh, dude, that's what's up.
It was interesting. Like, the whole situation was a little interesting. I was going for a birthday of a friend from high school, so it was like good to. I knew I was gonna see like a bunch of people from high school I ain't seen in like 9 years. So I decided to go. What happened? Freaking. The first thing is like, so I fall asleep in the Uber, and then so when I wake up, the dude is just like, "Hey, we here." And so imagine like waking up to like, "Hey, we here." You look around, you just see like this dark dock. Like you just at this boat dock. Yeah. Like it's for real. Like nobody around. Like I expected to see like a bunch of people. Like nah, it's like, hey, bro, he pulled up. Hey, we here. Get out. And I'm like, yeah, and I was just kind of like got out, and then I'm like, dang, he for real? Like drop me off. Like I'm about to die here. But yeah, it was so cold. It was like, because I knew it was cold, but you know you about to go out. It wasn't that cold, so I just had on like a sweatshirt. I didn't want to be bothered with the cold. Man. But then I got near that lake, bruh. Yeah, it was so cold. Like I had snot run down. I know it was so cold. I didn't even care, bro. I was just like, whatever. So I started walking because I didn't know where to go. It was just like this dark dot. I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm just going to walk this way. And I started walking this way until eventually I found the boat, which was like the only boat in the dock. It was like far off. That's why I couldn't see it. But yeah, we waiting. Finally, some dude come out. He like, yeah, so we going to get on the boat and all, but because it's ice on the lake, the boat ain't going nowhere. But we still going to have a party, though.
Wow. So whose boat was this?
It was like,
just
some company.
Just pay for
Grand One Pirate Company.
Yeah, like some company boat. I'm like, whatever. We get on the boat, and like everything is just regular. I would say like nothing's too crazy about this party. It was actually a pretty good one. Mm-hmm. I would say, like, in my personal opinion, having went to like a party school, I think Chicago is a poor party city. So this was actually, I would say, top tier when it comes to Chicago parties. But like the thing that makes this a story time is I seen something that I don't think any motherfucker I know ever seen. I bet my money not a single nigga here ever seen this. So there was this Asian dude, Japanese to be exact.
Okay.
You know, like he knew enough English to know what, like, he could talk to you about stuff, but every now and again he'd be like, huh? Like, what's that? What does that mean? Or you say that? And so, like, at some point in the party, I just see there are two girls. One girl is like twerking on him. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it ain't nothing but like hip hop. Yeah. One girl twerking on him, and the other girl next to him showing him how to receive the twerking. He's like, no, yeah, put your hand right here. You know? And then she was like, yeah, and then put your hand on her back. Yeah, push her to the ground. Push her to the ground. Wow. I was back there dying. And old girl was just getting it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about full on, you know, you getting twerked on, you ever been at a party where like you need the wall, you know what I'm saying? She's like full on.
Other niggas.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, you can't be throwing that much back on him. You know, this is his first time.
You know? Trying to drop the Japanese dude too.
I was just like, bro.
This boy had the chain on his inner drink, bro. He was on that ground like, oh, my feet must have.
Yeah, that's why I use that train.
I've been doing kicks every day to train my feet to handle this twerking energy.
Gotta use the horse stance. The horse stance.
I'm telling you, he was in there. I would say for that was his first time.
Whoa,
he did pretty well, because I ain't gonna lie, my first time receiving that to where you fall back, like I definitely had to disengage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, disengage, hold on, let me get back in there. You know what I'm saying? No, he held firm. You know, he was on there.
Oh my god.
Like, dude, he getting
low key, the anime back and forth between their two minds of like the girls like, oh, he handled it.
He can handle it. And that nigga, like, imagine he falling those anime like, whoa, then he like, oh, that's what Hinomaru. No, I ain't going. And like, that's what I feel like was going through his head.
That's hilarious.
And yeah, I don't know dude's name. I think we shared a couple words, but here's to you. You did better than me, and this is my Keke Genkai. You know?
That shit be wild. I've been at parties where niggas be trying to hold you up because they can't. I'm like, nigga, if you don't get the fuck off me, you extra dick, bro. I'm not here to help you.
Yeah. Oh, and there's another thing. I was with this one friend that, you know, it's like he find out I got these friends as West Side niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, you know, he was a light skinned nigga. I'm like, oh, you know, he ain't no West Side nigga. And then what happened?
They do some sketchy stuff.
No, they threw out the West Side nigga calling card. They threw on some footworking music. So all the West Side niggas like, and start footworking.
He saw it in there. He was like, oh no.
He started footworking. And then afterwards, I knew, I was like, no, it could just be a coincidence. And I knew. Once he got too hot, he took off his shirt. I was like, oh, okay. He at the party, his shirt off, he footworking.
The signature.
Oh my god. We gotta put the West Side nigga rules out for people with things, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, next time I'm around Gramps, I'm just gonna whip out some footworking music. He gonna be like, huh? And then just start footworking.
Hey yo, it's hot in here, bro.
Shirt's gonna be on. Footworking. He compelled to do so.
Nah, dude.
That's crazy.
He's like, but you right.
Alright, on to some decent news. Who has something? Because we got a trailer. I'll say that for the end.
That's fine.
Man, let's start with Soldier.
Oh, the Soldier.
Soldier.
Go ahead.
His name is actually Big Draco, but okay.
The inventor of all things.
Yeah, you can follow that.
Oh well.
So this man, he just came out with a track, and let's just say he's probably going to get sued by Nintendo again with all the sampling that he did from Zelda. What's it? Wind Waker, and he called it Zelda Moolah Maker. In his track.
Big Draco.
Big Draco, funny.
Big Draco.
And if you guys are able to go to the link that I sent y'all and just play it real quick, just play a little bit of it.
All right.
Hopefully we don't get freaking copyright.
Oh no! We effectively reacting, so we safe.
Yeah. I gotta find it from GroupMe. Can you send it in the Skype chat? It's easier for me to pull it up than trying to get it from GroupMe. Actually, it might. Let me see if I'm already logged in. Oh.
Big Draco! Green diamonds like Zelda.
Green diamonds like Zelda.
You got it?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
Alright, let's check this
you're
out.
gonna disappear while we're playing it. FYI, Gramps. I'm probably not gonna be able to hear you.
Alright.
I mean, it's not bad. Alright, Big Draco.
Zelda.
He got A-Rod back producing. Who produces this beat? Oh, it's on Dead Piff.
That's
Ain't
fight
nothing
still
finna happen
work.
to him. Yeah, he alright.
Nah, this shit weak.
You
Facts.
gotta wait. Oh, we actually can't hear you, so that worked.
Make a wrong move, I'ma swipe.
No. Sounds basic.
Yeah. It's that hook. It
This
has to
is
be that hook. Okay. He had the Migos ad-libs in the background. I lie, he been doing it for the Migos.
that's true.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
Alright, so that was very underwhelming.
Yeah.
Gramps?
Wow.
I'm not impressed.
Not
cool.
inside.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let's put it this way: Soulja Boy, what many may not know, while he wasn't rapping, he still actually makes a lot of beats on some of these famous songs that be out here.
Oh, word.
So, like, I know he can make beats, and he's a good beat maker. So I think he would know like what's the legal use of a sample and what's not a legal use.
Right.
So, like, especially having been in the industry this long and like having fucking been the pioneer of pirating shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he would, like, I don't know all the rules, but I think he would be smart enough to be like, okay, I can use this amount or I can't use that amount.
Well, it's on DatPiff, so to me that means that like
not
DatPiff is a
making
mixtape hosting site anyway, so people be using a bunch of shit they ain't cleared or they sampled or whatever. So
Yeah.
I think it's not gonna turn into anything for real for him.
He's just like,
It'd be
I want
wild
to make
if
a
it
song
did.
and say fuck Nintendo.
I feel like if they do sue him, then that should definitely mean that we should be able to sue, or whoever invented them dances should be able to sue Fortnite for all that bullshit.
Oh, did that fall through?
I don't know if it fell through or not. I know they like made a case, but I haven't heard any like recent news from it. But if they sue Soulja Boy and win, they better get them dancers their money because that's some bullshit.
True.
That's what's gonna stop all that.
Oh.
Can't forget that part.
Oh yeah, here, there's $25,000 for you. Oh, they didn't tell me you was black.
I need that back.
Let me hold that real quick. If you come
Have
with
a
your
good day,
designated
Mr.
white best
Soulja
friend, I'll be able to give it to him.
Then he could give it to you.
Yeah.
Maybe. I doubt it. But maybe.
Okay, what else?
I'm trying to think.
If we don't have nothing else, we can move on to that trailer. Oh, Anthem. Did you want to talk about it? Put some light respect on it. I heard it came out. I just watched a bunch of reviews. Is it only out on Xbox?
I think so.
Not sure. Maybe.
At least
Xbox,
currently, I think it's
play
just
it.
Xbox.
Oh,
At
if
least
it's only on the
currently.
Xbox, never coming. I'm never playing it. I'm still playing Kingdom Hearts 3, y'all.
Is it fun?
Oh, so
No, I just haven't been able to touch it. Like, I
Oh.
haven't beat it yet, so I'm not looking for anything new until I close that chapter of my life.
Yeah, so like I seen my roommate has it. I seen about 30 minutes or so of gameplay. And You know what the graphics look like to me that I don't like? It looks like Monster Hunter World graphics almost.
I thought those looked pretty cool.
It looks real choppy to me. It seemed like, so what they do is, we got this whole open world, no loading screens, but the game itself isn't as crisp, right? And so I feel like if you're not being a nitpicker, it's perfectly fine. But like, fuck it, I'm nitpicking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of used to really crisp games. You know, it's the fucking future we living in, and games super crisp. So when you do see that little choppiness, it's easy to notice. Yeah, and I'm nitpicking. So I don't really like that. Sometimes it takes me out of the game. But what I do like is their like customization, and it seemed like they just gonna go ahead and throw more and more in as you go. Like I think there's like a tank class, a quick class, a storm class, which you got like special abilities, and then just like a jack of all trades type class. And then on top of that, you can interchange them with all types of like items and shit and stuff like that. Gotcha. The world, like I said, no loading screens. You can fly around, basically attack battles in multiple different ways. But then again, at the same time, I see what video games are trying to do. Video games are trying to make a MMO based on guns. And I think it's impossible to do because in the MMO, what makes an MMO good is the class system. I got this tank, I got this DPS, I got this, I got a healer. But you can't really do that when your system is based on guns. Because it's like, what? Would your gun heal? Nigga, what? Would your gun tanky, bro? Yeah. I guess they could.
Yeah, it's possible. Rocket launcher. I think, like, I see what you're saying, but I felt like you could take, like, what Borderlands did and kind of, like, have that, like, be the segue. Because all those had, like, different types of guns. And then you can just take that, like, model of, like, oh, this is better for this. There's like the sniper, blah, 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 and whatever classes, and just take that and just marry it to that world. Yeah, I feel like you don't have to be very, like, you have to fit into this box. I think the guns themselves could do the same damage. It's just like the type of person you are. If you're a sniper, I think they don't make it's hard to make the games fit certain types of, like, shooting classes. Because, like, if you're a sniper, I feel like the world's never, if I go play online especially, I feel like it's not necessarily set up for me to be a good sniper. I feel like I'm a rifle guy that, like, happens to get lucky, like, snipe shots, but the world's never set up where I'm like, this is, like, perfect for me to, like, just be good at sniping. I have to be good at everything else and then find that 5 seconds where I can snipe, you know?
I would be happy if they made a game that really worked that way. Like, hey, like, if you don't have a sniper on your team, you're going to be at a disadvantage. Like, everybody on your team got AKs. Y'all probably not going to win.
And then you need to start getting picked off.
Y'all don't have a medic on y'all team. You're probably going to lose. Like, I think it'd be dope. Like, a war game. Like, you're in a war. Yeah. And then, like, the MMO of it is, like, you got a platoon. Like, it's like you can dungeon crawl. The dungeon crawler is fighting through the war with your platoon. And it's like, all right, you go in there without a medic, don't get hurt. Because now you ain't got your healer. You got, like, I think that would be fun. But having, like, playing, what's that game? You call it Anthem is like a version of Destiny. Destiny. I played Destiny and, bro, I didn't like it. Because once you get late game, it's just like, okay, it don't matter what class you are. It's all about who going to blow who up. Whichever fucking way, like, it don't matter. Right. Like, so what does my class matter if we all just blowing niggas up at the end anyway? Yeah. But overall, I see where some of the hate for the game could come from. Anthem is the game I'm talking about, but I thought it was fun. It looked fun, not $60 worth of fun, but fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I heard mixed reviews. I watched Angry Joe's review of it. He said it was like, he was giving a lot of shit. And then I watched Gaming Illuminati's review, and they were pretty forgiving of it and understanding that I guess it's like a looter shooter. So a lot of the stuff I guess Angry Joe complained about was like expected for that type of game. So my whole consensus seems like it's probably okay. Like, I don't think it's a game. It didn't seem like either one of them are like, you need to get this game now. But it seemed like, if you had the money for, like, buying a new game, you're not going to lose. You're not going to waste your money buying Anthem. That's what I thought. And then it sounded like from what the Gaming Illuminati was saying, if you have, like, a good core group of friends, to play with, then yeah, you would really enjoy it.
I'd imagine. Yeah, it'd be fun with a group.
But yeah, that's it. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of these games. I think just because I like most of my friends, we don't play the same genre of games, or we don't have
got the same system.
Like, yeah, exactly. We're relying on the times when it comes to playing games. Like when they playing games, am I playing games? Probably not. So
yeah, you're more in it for like the story solo campaign.
Yeah.
I feel like that has been the biggest thing with me with games is just like with everybody being grown and working is like, oh, you playing games, but I don't feel like it. Like, yeah, I got my time off, but this is my stare at the ceiling time. You know what I'm saying? Like grown shit that you gotta do. Like, no, I gotta decompress after work, bro. Like this ain't it.
Yeah, I can't play the games today. So yeah, I think if I aligned more, like if we was in high school still. Oh, we probably would have been on Anthem like more than before.
You know something? That's the question I always pose to all of us, like older gamers, is do you think our games? Because like a lot of time people like games are shittier, and my question is like I don't know if they are. Do you think games are shittier, or do you think you took high school you with all your time and energy for games and put you in this age? Would you be like, damn, this is lit. I got all these raw games to play, or would you be like, oh, this shit whack, take me back?
Say it one more time.
If I took high school you with all your extra time to put into video games and I put you in right now with all the games that's out right now, would you be like, oh, this is lit, these games dope, I'm having fun because I got the time and my niggas here? Or would you be like, take me back, this shit?
I think I argue lit. I think I argue that I think it would be lit because one, I had time to play Kingdom Hearts, so I'd be able to finish that game. I think also my gaming thing is a little bit different because when everybody had like the 360s and PS3s, I was still on my PS2, so I have a lot of games to catch up with, like the Mass Effects and all that. Mass Effect was the only one I caught up with, and I didn't play this recent one. So I think that I would have like a whole list of like stuff to really like dig into. So I wouldn't. I think if I was in high school, I would argue that it was lit. Like I would argue that there would be too much games because I don't feel like. For me, I think I can play in each system. I go through moods. So it's like, after a while of playing like a first-person shooter, I'll go, all right, I need like a single-player or like a JRPG type of game. And then like I'll get few like weeks or months into it, and then I'll go, all right, cool. Now I want to go back to this other genre, or I want to race. So I feel like I play in each one of them. So I think there's more than enough games for me to play with. I say lit.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, like the impact of having like one, the energy, and two, a squad to play a game with, like just the energy you get from like actually being in that scenario, like everybody at one crib just going in. The game itself can literally be a 4 out of 10 game, but if everybody's playing it, it's gonna be lit. So it's like
I played some shitty games in groups that were like,
hey,
hilarious.
remember when we played what was that, Heart Lovers?
Fuck?
We went to Quentin house and we played Heart Lovers. It was like literally on some old school shit. It was like 4 or 5 of our grown ass sitting in our friend living room, playing this goofy ass like indie game on Xbox, and that shit was lit.
It's fun as hell.
Remember, I had double balls.
He's like, hey, we gotta get them double balls.
Our one friend is like such a meta game, like, oh Lord, let's do by the numbers. So he like, no, y'all need to put on this mod, but we was like, but these double balls, and we put on these big ass like chain balls to beat shit up. They was like so ineffective. We missed but it was fun as hell. Like, he was so mad. He's like, no, y'all gotta do this. Double ball though. Yeah, that shit was fun.
So yeah, I think at least for me personally, it all kind of started going downhill with like games in general. At least how I viewed them is when everything started going online and there was no more offline co-op. And or like versus or split screen, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. When that started happening, I was like, what's really like the point of this, you know? Because I mean, like my internet wasn't like the best, so to play online, there was gonna be lag, there's gonna be all this difficult setup and something. And I'm like, you know, a young high school, I ain't trying to be dealing with all this work just to play a game and have fun. Yeah. So it's like from there's like certain games and certain genres just started to fall off for me, and where it's pretty much where I got on like your swag, where all all I'm really into is just the storyline and solo campaign and just having fun by myself with the game.
Yeah.
So then when pretty much I was no longer in my squad mode where I should be going over his house, he should be going over my house to play these games. After that, it was just certain genres just aren't hot to me anymore. Even though the game itself could easily be lit or at least decent enough where if I was still in that mode, I'd still be sold about that game.
You're a soulless person if you play Call of Duty by yourself. The campaign.
Whoa, it's Call of Duty campaign lit.
Campaign by yourself.
Bro, I'm going to tell you this right now. And you probably don't know it because you ain't played it.
No.
In this new era of games, Call of Duty campaigns are some of the littest stories. Story-wise, bro, it be deep. My nigga Soap be out there boxing. You don't know who Soap is. But, hey, the people that play, they know who Soap, Ghost, bro. Come on. Hey, Call of Duty got a lit
I know
campaign.
Ghost the dog, right?
No.
Oh, I thought you had a dog named
You reported.
Ghost.
No, Ghost is the code name of a nigga.
Oh, okay, my bad. I take it
See,
back.
bro.
Coltrane in there?
No, wrong shooter. You gotta go back to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1, bro. Play the storyline up to Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
It's this long, deep, multi-game story. It's kind of fire, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. My favorite Call of Duty game, and this is based off the friend thing. We used to go to my friend Billy's house. Sorry, Billy, I put your name out there. But anyways,
I thought that was a fake name.
We used to go to this man's house. No, it was his real name. We used to go to this man's house and we played Call of Duty, one of the World War II games. He was a big World War II fan. So we played one of them games. Them guns ain't great. None of it was AK. But that was the funnest shit I ever had, man. Because them shits would be the maps would be funny. Playing the game, using them old ass bombs.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Because that exact game, probably while you was playing that, I was at this dude's house sitting in front of, not him. Y'all can't see it. My roommate's house.
Great sword.
Yeah, there we go. Great sword. Playing in the living room, playing that Modern Warfare, World War, whatever the fuck was, where your shit I'll never forget, bro. There was this cutscene where this Asian dude jumped off some shit at you. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Dropped my controller, bro. And then we got gumped up. We had to go through that about 4 or 5 more times because I was just like, dog, that's crazy. Niggas was popping out of shit, but yeah, Call of Duty, you sleep on that. But you know what ruined video games for me? It was also the internet, but in a different way. And I felt like it was how much access you have to video games and video game knowledge ruined the fun for me. Because part of the fun was for example, I'll tell you one of the hardest games I ever played, but one of my best memories of video games, Metal Gear Solid 2. I played that bitch on hard mode, and you got to beat 25 Metal Gear raids with nothing but a rocket launcher and some ration packs. And if you die, you restart. You down 24, it's a wrap. Restart. I done literally cried during that game. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, you cheat, you ugly face, all of that. But I got through it. And you know what? And that made me feel good. And I feel like nowadays you can just Google what's the best strat for this? And then somebody will tell you. Yep. Or we used to play Call of Duty, a group of us. And now it's mathematically what is the best gun to strap up with. We used to go out there figuring shit out. I'm just dumping on you. I'm doing whatever. Did it work? All right, that gun was trash. You know what I'm saying? And then now that you can just Google it, it just take a little bit of the fun. Enough of the fun to where I don't want to bother.
No, I hear you.
That same thing is true for JRPGs, but I see it as a benefit. But whenever I play JRPGs, because they so detailed, about the routes you can go, sometimes you get scared, if I say this thing, you fucking something up for the long term. So I'd be looking that up for how to build my characters the right way, because I'm I don't be knowing how, okay, well, I got to do this in order for this person to get this at the end. So I'd be using that as a guide. But I see how you're saying it does take the fun out of the explorership. But for me, I know if I didn't do that, my characters be bullshit at the end.
You know, I hate in those types of games where they give you your word choice, but it ain't what that nigga say.
Right.
So it'd be oh, I disagree with that, and they'd be yo, you a bitch. And I'm whoa, that's not what I didn't mean it. I just didn't agree with you. You know, I hate that. That pissed me off in them games.
Well, how you feel about it, Gramps? Will you think it would be lit if you was in high school right now, all these games, or you think they'd still be trash in your
I'll
opinion?
be out here curling.
So I would have mixed
1,000
feelings.
pounds.
So if I was in the exact same setting that I was back in those days where I had, shitty internet and all of that, I would be pretty pissed.
Yeah.
Because I know that there's a lot of things that I wouldn't have access to that you can only get online. For example, a lot of games would come out in today's age that require you essentially to get a DLC in order to get the 100% experience.
Oh, I ain't got money for that.
And I just be sitting there like, fuck, man, I can't get this. One, I can't download it. And two, I'm broke as hell.
Yeah.
I can't be going over there talking about, Mom, can I get this money about this? She could be like, oh,
She not going. Not having
You
that.
brought
You're
up
right.
a great point.
That's a beautiful point.
I totally forgot about that. Actually, like the amount of like downloads you got to do with games now, where before I could just get my disc and I'm good to go.
Right.
Now I have to like literally the day I get it, I have to wait another day before I can actually play it. Like that's kind of, I feel you.
Yep.
That was a great point.
Yeah, ain't nothing better than you opened up your game on Christmas and throwing that motherfucker in right after.
And then you go to your black hole.
Now you go. You know what I'm saying?
They're like,
you go for the rest of the break. No,
Bro, winter break, man.
Did you eat at all today?
See, my mom wasn't going for that though. It was like, oh, you trying to eat?
6 in the morning.
You eat. Turn that game off and go eat.
When your parents catch you at 6, 5 in the morning, still playing the game.
They literally going to work. You saw
They're like, you still up? Like, no, I had went to sleep. I just got up early.
I feel like my mom was. I had to do that, or else my mom was like, "No, you gotta go sleep right now." For what? I ain't gotta go to school. Like, my mom was on that. If I was gaming too much, it was a problem for no reason other than the fact that I was gaming too much.
Wow.
So on my Saturdays, I used to be up in my room, bro. Gone. They didn't see me for. They like, where Logic? I'm like, yo, playing the game, bro.
Damn.
Crazy. I ain't eat. Them weekends, a good game came out that whole weekend. I probably ain't eat. I probably ate like at the end that Sunday. I was like, all right, I think I got to put something in my stomach.
I'm talking like, hey, fasting.
Gone.
Fasting with a video game.
That was easy. Oh, it was hella easy. Fasting with video games? Oh my god, it's hella easy, bro. Because I'd be like, oh, cool. So you telling me I just can play video games all day?
Damn. The easy days, man.
Oh, yeah. Good old video games.
Oh, so you said you think it'd be lit, right?
I do.
Actually, Gramps just made me change my mind, bro. Like,
I forgot.
I realized, like, if I went back in time, there's no way I could finesse my mom. I just paid $60 for that game. You need what? Yeah. I gotta get the DLC, man. That's another $30. What? Oh, well, you can take the game back. You ain't getting it.
I'm telling you,
I wouldn't been playing nothing.
For me, like, it was already a journey, like. To get back then,
the game.
PS2 internet was free. That's what I fuck with. So I couldn't ask them to pay no extra for anything because I kept trying to get like GameFly and all that. It was like, nah, we're not doing nothing that requires a credit card. So I would not have had like Live. I would not have had whatever PSN now. I would have fucked up.
I finessed my mom with the Xbox Live, bro. I was like, because when I got it was on Black Friday, and they were selling that bitch for like $30 instead of $50. And I was like, oh, Mom, you have to get this with the thing. It's like a warranty type deal. So she got it with her credit card on there. You know what I'm saying? And so after that, like, the system just kept on rebooting it. Ooh. So once a year she'd get that 60, and I just I just finesse the talk down. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's from the Xbox thing that you remember. Yeah, you can delete that later. You know what I'm saying? And then a whole year go around, she done forgot finesse again, bro. All of my high school Xbox Live was a giant finesse, bro.
Was it there every day?
Because I knew if I had to be like, Mom, you gotta pay a subscription. She like, oh well, you ain't having it. Right? That's it. Play your game regular or don't play it at all.
Oh shit!
I had to do that.
Hashtag why I stayed on a PS2 for so long. Well, all right. I think anything else on news, or we want to move on to the trailer real quick?
No.
Perhaps you got anything?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So let's do this trailer.
Which trailer?
What trailer is it?
It should just be Detective Pikachu trailer 2.
Go, yeah.
Oh shit! Since we doing trailers after that, y'all want to see that Hellboy trailer?
I know Hellboy trailer drop
hard. This is the second one. Yeah, they got 2 of them out there. The second trailer was decent though.
I think this is the series.
Spoiler like a motherfucker, right?
You can see my screen, right, Gramps?
No, sir.
You can't?
His ass ain't even trying to look.
Nigga, I'm looking right at this man.
Still no?
Hey.
Gramps. It's the button's lit up, so.
There it is.
I think I see it now.
Okay.
Alright. Oh, Mewtwo gonna be in there?
Woke up with a heavy case of amnesia in the middle of nowhere. The only clue to my past is Harry's name and address inside this hat. So I made my way to the apartment, and that's when I found you and your stapler gun.
Stop talking! You're a hallucination!
You're a hallucination.
So you're talking Pikachu with no memories who's addicted to caffeine.
I can stop whatever I want. These are just choices. Another round, extra shot. Maggie's night. Thank you so much.
Ludicolo.
What the hell?
Ludicolo.
I know that.
Mixed up the wrong crowd, that kind of thing. Look, you can talk to humans. I can talk to Boku.
Still looks too small.
And if you want to find your pops, we're gonna need each other. No, I don't need a Pokemon. What about a world-class detective? My clues. What is all this? Harry is still alive. Case closed, but still open until I solve it. All right, here it is. Harry faked his own death, or somebody else faked Harry's death.
Oh, is that a side duck in the background?
Faked somebody else's death. That last one doesn't work at all.
I think this gonna end up being real good.
Now, obviously, I've dealt with this putz before, so I'll just do it again.
Hey, bud, what are you doing?
I can't do it when people are watching. Get me the hell out of here!
God damn. That Charizard.
Oh, gee.
What?
That's fair.
Where the fuck Mewtwo coming from?
We only find out.
Oh, man.
He's barely moving.
Don't tell me.
He's
He's on a bike. Quick! Get in front of him. Stop. Oh, no. He's going down hard, Tim. Should have worn a helmet.
Oh, man, I think this gonna be decent.
Nah, I'm actually pretty excited about it.
I feel like I paid to go see that in theaters.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all trying to see it as a group? What's up?
Oh,
Low key, if y'all
another
down.
movie trip, I'm down. This one?
I don't know. Yeah, the red band one.
Oh, I forgot there's gonna be a new album.
Alright. This is the
Yeah,
Hellboy.
so, turn off the screen sharing real quick.
Time out.
Because I lose my connection every time it shows anything.
Wow.
Okay. Done. We watching the Hellboy trailer. So if you hear that, that's what it is.
Yep.
So is this... Oh, I'll wait until after.
On an island off the coast of Scotland, something was summoned from the depths of hell. Something that would end mankind.
And the certain thing you worried about that it show up?
Oh yes. You did.
The hell? Oh, they got a new actor?
Mm-hmm.
We faced every threat there is, and yet you take me in.
Oh, they got Mila Jovovich.
Hello, son. You made me a goddamn wanker.
Damn. Nigga look ugly.
Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Out there, there's a 5th century sorceress who wants to bring down the curtain on London and the world. Great. Homework.
Why do you fight for those who hate and fear you? You were meant for this. Out of the ashes.
Okay, this is rated R.
Damn.
Okay, I'd appreciate a prophecy.
Where's Seaman at?
Heaven watch me saving the world or something.
Yeah, okay, come on. Let's get your face on. Yeah, come on, let's do this.
Is that the Asian man that just starts in there? Okay, cool. I'm glad he got powers.
Be my king. We belong together, you and I.
We do, but it's not gonna work, you know, because I'm a Capricorn and you're fucking nuts!
Okay.
So this is like basically a redone origin story.
Yeah, it's a
A reboot with David Harbour, the guy that's the cop from Stranger Things, as Hellboy.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I think like for Hellboy, Detective Pikachu definitely a must watch for me. Hellboy, I think from the whole series as a whole, I've always been interested in like the character design more than I have been in the actual story.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm gonna watch it because I liked the way it looked. It looked really cool to me. But some of the stuff, like I'm about to get a little toxic masculinity in this motherfucker for a second, but I felt like the villain as the main villain as a woman thing, it felt like they were like doing a redone story, kind of. Like I felt like a lot of movies are doing the
main villain.
Yeah, main villain is a woman thing, and I'm like, I don't know if they like did it if it just worked out that way, but I just thought it just came to my mind randomly. I don't think it's gonna change how I feel about it because I don't pay attention to the Hellboy story anyways. So I'm just gonna go watch it. I like that Jaguar dude, and then the chick in the background. I'm interested to see what she got. So it looked like they're just completely redoing the team.
Sure does.
So I'm interested to see how it goes. The guy who's like his father, I think I've seen him in some other stuff that I like him in. So I think it'll be alright.
You know what I was thinking that Netflix should do? After seeing this, I say scrap the movies. Fuck it. Check it out.
Don't do it.
This is what Netflix should do. Netflix, since they losing all their Marvel shit, go ahead and hop on the Dark Horse. Because basically they took a bunch of no-name heroes, Jessica Jones, Punisher, Daredevil, and made them lit.
True.
Do the same thing with Dark Horse. You got Hellboy, Spawn, Umbrella Academy,
Spawn would be legit.
and then they could probably even do a shared thing. Like, yo.
Oh, yeah, crossover?
Yeah, Hellboy and Spawn, easy crossover.
Spawn? Oh, yeah.
Spawn, Powers from Hell, Youth Born from Hell.
Yeah. Worked out. Yeah.
Then you can even throw in the Umbrella Academy. Hey, weird shit going on with these weird niggas.
True.
Hey, Hellboy, go kill one of these niggas. You know what I'm
Weird
saying? He tripping.
Oh, on the Hellboy thing, I thought he looked a little bit skinny, though, compared to, like, the other Hellboy I'm used to looking. Like, that arm, his big arm, made his other arm look like a dwarf arm. Like, that arm looked real tiny in comparison. I felt like it was more uniform in the other one.
The other nigga was
like
naturally
that
buffer.
nigga was like,
whereas like this dude had to get a little buff.
Yeah.
You know, so I definitely think so.
He
But
looked
they
a little
said
small in comparison.
they wanted to go with like a darker tone, and it's darker.
But no, that actually be a good idea. But me and my girl gotta flame you on that lit minus rating for Umbrella Academy, bro.
You don't fuck with it?
I don't think it was lit minus.
It wasn't lit minus?
Nah, bro, it's a strong decent.
Maybe y'all niggas ain't got no taste. You feel
It
me?
was a strong decent. We went through it. I watched it. I didn't hate the ending as much as she did, but she was like real hot. She was like, and he's like clarifying her the audacity to get at a lit minus. She said a lit minus
at all.
Oh, you watched it too?
No, yeah, I just finished.
watching the last episode.
First of all, my biggest gripe with Umbrella Academy is that I would have preferred.
So we're reviewing the Umbrella Academy.
My biggest gripe with Umbrella Academy is that they could have just closed the season out with resolving the apocalypse thing and let me guess at what's going to be next. The fact that you're going to go through however many seasons they're going to go through of just like, we trying to prevent the apocalypse kind of pissed me off. And then the second part with the Vanya thing about like basically like the locking her up in the prison pissed me off because I was like, you really just y'all caused it,
Bro,
yeah.
it was the whole character as Luther.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty much the biggest problem with the whole show, Luther.
Oh, you hated Luther?
But I didn't like him.
Everything he did was stupid as hell throughout the whole show.
Every single thing.
Y'all 100% right.
I didn't fuck with Diego either.
That's what made it all make sense. Is like at first you like, damn, bro, this nigga tripping. But then you start seeing, no, they all tripping. All of them fucked up. And like it makes sense in the story that they all do all this fucked up shit. And it's just like with other stories, it'd be like, hey, that's stupid. Why would your character do this? But then for them, it's like literally it makes sense. Like, why would you do this? You got these crazy daddy issues. You think this is what your dad did to her, so you think it makes sense. You just go and do it. So it's like all the ridiculousness make hella sense, and I think that's why it made it like so good to me. This was the first time where I was like, damn, why are you doing this dumb shit? Oh, because your ass crazy. Like, this makes sense.
I don't know.
I only fucked with the death guy. I fucked with Vanya. My favorite part, honestly, well, one of my favorite parts was at the end where she playing that. I really like the way they integrated the music in there. Because I didn't really like the songs, but I liked the way they used them in the show. Mm-hmm. But then when she was like playing at her concert, I thought that shit was lit. And then when they all showed up and she just like got up and was like, all y'all motherfuckers leave. And then the like players try to get up and she turns around and she's like, no, y'all don't play this concert. That shit had me dying, bro.
Yeah, bro. Hey, you know what I like, bro? Every single one of them niggas was like, whoop, and sat back down. Like, they knew instantly, like, okay, I know what she wants. Son, not one nigga tried it. They all was like, oh, okay, yep.
So this is that.
Yeah, that's what we on.
Okay. So we playing.
I bet at that moment, every nigga thought about one time they did some dirt to her and was like, I ain't trying to die for that. I ain't trying to.
Wait, did I tell her that her shit was trash? Let me get this going, man. But that was lit. I actually liked the drug addict character.
Mm-hmm. No, it was cool.
And then I learned to hate the time traveling dude. Because in the beginning, I thought that I like fucked with him, but then I realized that he low key caused it because everybody was finna dip before he restarted the day. So I was like, oh you kind of like fucked this up. And then when dude said, you know, you low key like a drug addict too, right? Because you obsessed about this apocalypse shit. And he was like, no, I'm not. And I was like, yeah, he is.
Like, what are you without this? But then it makes sense. Like, damn, nigga spent 60 years with that on his mind. What do you have to live for?
That wasn't, I mean, like, homie, he has rights to be crazy. I mean,
I give him that.
60 years alone. That's a lot.
I mean, he literally turned into Will Smith from I Am Legend with the whole mannequin girlfriend shit, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Even more hardcore, low key. Like, Will Smith was probably only alone for, like, what? Like, under a decade, maybe?
Bad Boys 3.
Oh, true.
Cut the check, free promo. But was anybody else pissed off at the weakness of the time organization? Because I felt like what number 5 did to him was way too easy.
Yep.
Like for people who literally guard time. You said what?
This man came into the organization and fucked it all up by himself.
Yeah.
One day.
In his like 12-year-old body.
In a day.
Exactly.
Like,
and I was surprised as how many pussies was working in the not pussies as in females, pussies as in bitch made motherfuckers was working
2019
in the organization. Like I was like when they were like, oh, they gonna upgrade him to management. I was like, oh, he finna meet some real niggas now. And then I was like, he was there. Like bunch of ladies on some typewriters, and then the main chick was like, oh, if you kill me, they just gonna replace me. Well, they killed you, and I feel like you just gonna show up again. Yeah. Honestly,
bro, I mean, practically now she's like immortal almost to me. I mean, it was a grenade right at her feet.
But I thought it was so stupid that she got shot in the head. Like when dude killed her at the end, I was like, wait, you literally can stop time. You stop time at multiple different moments. I don't know if someone else is controlling this, but it seemed like you do this, and you just let this dude just shoot you in the head. And Loki, that made me think like, oh, she was finna let number 5 shoot her in the head too. If she didn't have like that bargaining chip or whatever of like, oh, I'll free him. But I don't know. I just thought that for an organization that literally guards time,
that organization,
y'all should not be that weak.
It was.
I feel like that organization was supposed to be like, oh, they're actual threat. And I viewed them niggas as comic relief.
Yeah.
Like, oh, y'all fought her in the way of the actual story.
They was the hand to me in the Defenders. Where I was just like, wait, y'all been doing this for how long?
Hey, y'all, this time?
Yeah.
And how about also all of these random agents that came out of nowhere at the very end of their show? It was like, what the fuck were they the whole time?
Oh, yeah, the whole squad? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, where the hell were they? Why didn't they go off the 5 all this time? They had a whole squad after him if he was a legendary guy to kill.
You right.
Yeah.
It just showed me how stupid they was.
Maybe, yeah, they...
How you not predict that dude was going to be a traitor? Like, come on. Like, when the dude that shot her in the head, Cha-Cha or whatever his name, his name was Hazel. Cha-Cha was Mary J. Blige. But
Mary J. Blige.
I be missing the names. That shit confused the fuck out of me, because I was like, alright. But anyways, yeah, Cha-Cha, I was just like, y'all watch time. Like, I would assume that you guys know time is divergent. There's multiple possibilities for how things can happen. So at some point you would have seen, looks like this nigga is going to try this.
You know I just don't understand? Like, this is why I just stopped thinking about it. Because I'm like, if you try and think too deep on this time organization, you're going to come up with, like, either A is stupid or B is meant to be a joke. Because, like, if you watch time, like you said, like, 5 beats these niggas at this time. Since we control time, let's just send like 50 niggas. So the moment he opened that door, squat, like we did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, no, don't even let him open the door. When you hear the door jingle, air that bitch out. Just like that. Like, but they didn't do anything similar to that. At first I was like, maybe they low on numbers. But the final scene showed me like, that's not true. So I was like, okay. These niggas just either a gag or it's just like they the hand. Like, you some fodder niggas that think y'all important, but y'all low-key trash.
It's like, because of the time paradox thing, I always like open it up to, or they know that all this is supposed to happen and it's still leading to the apocalypse anyways.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, technically speaking, the apocalypse still happened, right?
Yeah. So, but I feel like my thing is that, unless I heard this wrong, but I remember when the episode where they like show how they met, she goes, someone needed to die. So I'm like, so the thing was like the apocalypse happened, and then she was also like, it wasn't really the apocalypse, which led me to believe like, okay, eventually civilization's gonna fix itself up anyways. Right. So not everyone's really dead, or somebody's gonna figure it out. But the part of like, someone needed to die, that's the part I felt like the season 1 didn't answer. And I don't know if that was like a bigger story point or if I missed it, but I felt like when she was talking to him, she said, yeah, this apocalypse thing was important because somebody needed to die. And I'm like, who was that? Was it Vanya? It wasn't him because he was still alive, or was it like someone else we, I guess, gonna meet in season 2? But I'm like, who is this someone?
That's tricky. Read this comic book in like sophomore year of high school. Yeah. And the way it ended there, I felt like was better. So the way it ended in that one was that like them niggas still failed, but instead of being like, oh, let's go back in time and stop this, like Klaus just kind of was on some like, oh, family friend type shit, and like used his powers to stop some of the rocks from like hitting the earth. Yeah. And so like the earth got fucked, but not everybody was dead. So it was like, oh yeah, it's a wasteland, but niggas is here. Yeah. You know? And it was kind of just like, okay, where do we go from there? Like, I like that better than like, oh, we about to go back in time and try and fix some shit. I don't know.
No, I mean, I still think there's like a decent amount of questions unanswered now that I kept thinking about it. Because what was the biggest one I had? How did the daddy know that the earth was going to be blown up? They didn't answer that.
Oh, that too. Yeah. Oh, and there's a lot of plot holes with Klaus's like talking to dead powers. That kind of pissed me off. Like, that should have been the first thing they did. Like what? Talk to their dad. That should have been the first thing they got this nigga to do.
He couldn't do it because he was on drugs.
That's what I'm saying. True. But they finally, like, at the end of the season was like, oh, let's clean this nigga out. But he was also talking to Asian buddy whole time. And he could have just been like, hey, how about you go talk to our dad?
They literally said that like as soon as that nigga stepped in. What you talking about?
No, he didn't talk to his dad till like the last 2 episodes.
No, they told him to do it at the jump. Like the beginning, it was like Klaus, like talk to our dad, figure out what's going on, and he was like, I tried, I can't. He a piece of shit. That's like the story.
Fuck Klaus then. I'm just at that then.
Like that nigga just shit. Now I got a question. You say you like Klaus. Do you like the actor or did you like the character?
I like this character
because
I thought he was pretty funny, and I mean I just like that he I liked his power as well, and I think his story of all the other storylines was like interesting to me. I feel like Vanya's story was like, all right, typical her kid, but then ended up being broken, whatever. I didn't care about that. The chick with using her powers on her kid, I'm like, you really over-exaggerating this kid thing. Like, I get it, it was like an invasion of privacy. There was something wrong there.
I would definitely drop my wife if she had those powers and use that on my kid.
Well, no, I think
Like
the biggest thing was when she was talking about how many people she used it on. I forget how she was describing it, and I think she said for love. So I'm like, oh, so you used it on your fucking husband, motherfucker.
Actually,
that's the part where I was like, all right, you kind of sick.
See, like, if I see my wife do that, now I'm instantly like, oh, if you'll do this to your own child, like literally invade their privacy and do this, who won't you do this to? Like, at this point,
you
like,
did it on me.
I mean, she did it.
You ain't gonna know that.
She literally did it on everybody.
I might have started thinking about that shit.
That's why I'm like, no, if I seen that, I agree with homie. Anybody that don't, bro, you love that girl. Because I'd have been like, whoa, everything. So I was like, hold on. I remember. I didn't want to live in this neighborhood. You get the like, I'm wearing Crocs.
Would you remember that? And that's the fucked up part, because once you know that's
your whole life,
you start questioning, like, so wait, do I really love her, or did she tell me to love her? Because I feel that way.
That's true.
And I cannot change those feelings.
I gotta go.
And that's the thing, that's fucked up. But then at the same time, though, she's stupid, because I'm like, hey, you already crossed the line. Just talk that nigga out of the fucking divorce.
But that's where her
humanity
humanity
don't give a fuck. Nah, fam.
Her humanity
ain't no more.
kicked in.
They took her humanity away when Vine was like, shut the fuck up.
See, she should have been friends with Asta, because Asta would have fixed that. Don't worry, he's your voice now.
Oh, God.
But
so yeah, I thought Diego's storyline was trash. I thought they could have killed Diego at the end, because he redeemed himself. So I was like, just kill that nigga, bro. We already like okay with killing people off. I'm like, I get it. This fake cop love story that happened, and then even 5 was like trying to make it seem like it was shallow as fuck, because he was like, why you love her? He was like, well, she got a nice ass, she got some nice titties, and then I was like, wait. So you got that man over some nice ass, some nice titties?
I just think he didn't want to talk to him. I feel like they all had to have a person that they lost. Like that's gonna be their connected thing. Like, you love this person, and then you lost them. Like everybody has one person. That
Klaus with the guy. That was
right.
That was crazy, but I thought it was like that. I love that episode, because I just thought it was like real cool that for like those 5 seconds that he just he literally went through like a whole life type shit, bro.
That was hilarious. But what I was gonna say is, if y'all fuck with Klaus or the character or the actor, the only reason I really decided I was gonna fuck with this is because I saw he was in there, and he actually did this show from a while before. Like, it was on British TV or whatever, so niggas probably don't know it that much. It's called Misfits, and it's fucking lit. It's about, he's like one of the main characters there. Yeah. It's about these juvenile delinquents that randomly get superpowers one day.
Oh, of course.
And he's like Klaus, but if he was a teenager and way more ignorant. Like, he don't do drugs or nothing, but he's an annoying asshole, and it's that guy. And it is so fucking funny, bro. I'm like, this nigga hilarious, bro. It's so funny. And then, you just like, either you'll fuck with it. I haven't met a nigga that don't fuck with it yet, but either you'll watch it or you don't. It's called Misfits. It's funny as shit.
You said it's on Netflix too?
Yeah. No, it's not on Netflix no more. It's on Hulu though.
Cut the check. Free show.
But yeah, Misfits. With that same actor as Klaus, hilarious. Bro.
He was a funny character.
I think I fucked with Klaus the most because he felt the most realistic to me. Like his whole, everything that made him the way that he turned out as an adult.
Made sense.
He was basically hunted by dead people throughout his whole life. So yes, he's going to most likely start taking drugs or whatever to keep his mind off of it, and eventually become a drug addict and end up the way he was as an adult. Everybody else, I feel like they just kind of just said, fuck this, let me just screw my whole life over in one way or another.
Right.
So that's the reason why I felt like I actually fucked with Klaus the most.
Yeah.
Oh, that nigga, had a pretty real situation. Who went into the future. Bro, he crazy for a good reason.
I give him that, but
it ain't relatable.
But he should have listened to his fucking father. He told him the reason why he shouldn't have tried to jump into the future.
I think the crazy part to me.
Well, let's think about. I mean, you can't really just say that everyone should have just listened to the daddy though. I mean, Luther got because of his daddy.
If you don't know how to get back, why would you try to go forward?
No. Specifically with 5. No, I hear you. I'm just saying, like, Luther's entire everything is just because of the daddy. Granted, you can say that about all the kids, here and there. But I mean, Luther though.
That's the thing, though. Once everybody everybody else did, I would have did too. I would be like, fuck it, I'm done.
Yo, see, like, that's the thing. Like, in the comic book, I don't think he was, like, it was a long time ago when I read it, but I don't think he got sent off that way. So, like, I felt that when they was like, oh, he had you up there for no reason, bro.
Yeah, that would hit me too hard.
I was like, they lying, but then that nigga was like, yeah, that was my greatest mistake. I was like, man, so you really sent him up there?
I was like, wow.
Yep.
I felt bad.
That would have hit me, man.
That was a great director's choice. Phenomenal.
How did y'all feel about? I forgot.
Yeah.
I had something, but yeah.
What did y'all feel about the buddy that was manipulating Vanya?
Oh, Harold Jenkins.
Oh,
I thought his story made sense. Cause I mean, like, damn, like I wouldn't kill my dad over it, but I mean, you know that nigga worked hard on that costume. You gotta think about it. Like, that nigga was not getting shit at all. So I don't know where he pulled the material to make that costume, but I don't know. I would get a little mad about it, but I understood his like heartbreak. The weird part to me was that he went to jail right after killing them, like for 12 years. Like they just went to like killed his dad. He in jail for 12 years.
Why would they put
and
a child in jail for 12 years?
I know. That's when he was in there. And then he was like out as Harold Jenkins. So I just thought that shit was weird. Then finding the book, I also thought it was weird. Like, why would you keep that out there?
Because he was going to stalk them.
Exactly.
But why did he find it in the trash though?
Because he was stalking them niggas and he saw Klaus throw it away.
Right.
Oh shit! Right, no, that happened post when he got out of jail. My bad. Right. I thought that Klaus didn't know about the book.
Why did he care to pick up that book that somebody else was just throwing into the dumpster?
No, he was stalking them. He knew Klaus.
No, he was stalking them. So
he was stalking
it was
them.
Important.
I don't know necessarily if he knew it was important. I think he was just
curious.
like, oh, let me see.
Right.
Yeah.
There's some shit from in the house that I can't get into.
Right.
And he just got lucky. But what I don't like is I feel like Vanya's so fucking dumb. Because before I even knew this nigga was bad, I was just like, yo, I'd have been like, that'd be like if somebody came up to me like, hey, bro, I got all the same problems as you. I really connect. I'd have been like,
that's
too easy.
I'd be like, bro, you stalking me, ain't you? Because my family's famous. I wrote a pretty famous book. You stalking me, ain't you? Because I usually get kids here. You're a grown man, and we got the same problems.
Yeah.
Go home, nigga. This ain't for you.
I just hated
I didn't trust that nigga from the beginning.
Oh, it wasn't even that to me. It was
I got a Kabuto vibe from him.
Dude, with that fucking name, Harold Jenkins. I thought that shit was one of the corniest of the whole show. Like, why y'all named this nigga Harold Jenkins? Like, that already seems suspect. When you met a Harold Jenkins before?
Right.
The fuck is that? First of all, I definitely expect that nigga to be black if your name's Harold Jenkins. You ain't no white motherfucker that plays violin named Harold Jenkins. But that sounds like an alias.
What got to me the most about this kid is I still don't fully understand what he was trying to do.
Harold?
Yeah. Like what?
He wanted Vanya to kill all of the members of the Umbrella Academy because he was salty that he didn't have powers.
Yeah.
I know he was salty, but I still don't get how he was going to convince her to kill them all.
Because
he already did.
He read her book. He know that she felt like everybody shat on her.
Yeah.
So he was going. Then he read the dad book. He was like, oh, she get her in her emotions, her powers could go crazy. He was gonna get her to be like, hey, see, fuck them niggas, bro. Use your powers and kill them niggas.
Yeah, he kept on saying, they're gonna try to kill you. You better try to kill them first.
Yeah, he was trying to finesse her, and she dumb as fuck for getting finessed.
Yeah. I just think the whole thing was played out, the her and the sister jealous of my boyfriend storyline. I just feel like I've seen that in like sitcoms and TV. I felt like there was a better way to execute the plan Harold was trying to execute besides the whole you just jealous that I finally found love storyline. That shit was like the weakest to me. But outside of like what's her face getting slashed, every scene where they was like going back and forth about this, I like tuned out. I was kind of like, alright, it's like
what I thought was really
stupid. She was throwing hella shade at what's her name. I was like, ooh, okay. What's her name? What's the black chick's name?
I don't remember.
Voice chick.
I heard a rumor.
My girl came in clutching the background. Anytime Alice said something, Vanya would come in and throw hella shit. I would be like, okay, I see you around here.
No, they were going back and forth a decent amount actually before like the actual slash went down. So I mean, I get the frustration, but Vanya could have. I mean, Alice literally said, "Yo, I got his police record in my car. You seriously just don't want to see it?"
See, it was dumb. She should have brought that with her.
True.
Just saying. So you want to know the dumbest choice of all is Hargreaves for not like. So let's put it this way: if I'm some
Hargreaves
cold,
a monkey, right?
No, Hargreaves
the main daddy.
Oh yeah.
If I'm Mr. Hargreaves, this rich eccentric billionaire, and I'm doing all this shit, and I find out, hey, your power is so dangerous, you can't be. I can't teach you. I literally have to memory wipe your powers away. If I didn't give a fuck, if I didn't give enough of a fuck to send my son that I've been with for years to the moon, I'd be like, hey, number 7, let's go take a walk in the woods. Boo! I'd spill her shit. Hey, monkey nigga, go bury her. And then I would have been like, hey, rumor, tell all these people that girl never existed. And then I was like, and if you and I just hit it with it, and if you smart, you forget it. And I'd have saved the fucking world. Because what's the point? It's not like you love them. Why is she around?
I think that's the thing they're trying to say is that he does secretly. That's like that was been the whole underlying theme of this. Is like does he, because the robot, which I thought was a stupid episode, but like the second episode with the robot where they were like, well, what if like you get that she's nice or whatever, but she was made by dad and she's a robot. So what if all of that is just how he really felt about us? Which I was just like,
I think that's dumb. That was a dumb.
Sure, all right. If that doesn't convince you, how about this little bit of proof? Which also I want to bring up just to get you guys' opinion on it. That violin. When she used the violin to practice in her room, that was the violin that he got from his wife. You know, that one little short thing where what the hell was happening in the background? It looked like rockets were going up in the sky or something.
Yeah. Right.
His wife, that was her violin when she was dying.
Right.
And he basically wasn't going to let anybody use it or whatever, but he let Vanya use that bitch.
True.
So he must have to have some kind of special feeling for his kids if he was to let one of them use his violin that he had. Especially from his wife.
I'm just wondering what the hell happened to all the other kids with powers, because he only got 7 of them motherfuckers.
No, yeah, that's why I actually thought Harold Jenkins might have been a kid for a hot second.
That
just to
so
be
funny.
one of the parts of the
on the same page, you guys.
mean, like,
you ain't special.
Your eyes, nigga, you ain't shit.
That nigga bent down at his level and was like, you ain't shit, get off my property. Bum ass nigga.
How do you know I don't have powers? I can take a beat.
See, that's what I said.
That's a quirk right there. That's a Boku no Hero quirk. I can take an ass beat from my abusive father.
You don't want to talk too much shit to the wrong random nigga. You don't know who a psycho is.
Oh, snap.
At that moment, he started the what do you call it? Apocalypse. He could have just been like, I'll test you, kid. Took 3 minutes out of his day to do some bullshit and be like, oh, you ain't got superpowers. Go on.
Yeah.
And then the apocalypse doesn't happen.
See, but that's also the thing that had pissed me off earlier when they were like giving Vanya shit about being in the house when Cha-Cha and them attacked. Mm-hmm. I was like, Klaus ain't got no powers. So I'm like, so that's like, I think that was when I started to believe like there's more to Vanya than is like first scene, because I was like, Klaus doesn't have any powers that are combat worthy, yet y'all never asked this nigga to leave the house.
True.
So I'm like, why are y'all like trying to kick her out? I'm like, why wouldn't she learn at least basic combat? You know what I mean? Because she still lived in the house. True. So I was like, why wouldn't he just teach her like, oh, here's basically how to throw hands? I was like, she gotta be too broken. That's what I was telling my girl at that. I was like, you know, Vanya gotta be broken if he doing that shit, because she don't know nothing.
The BS of it is that like, so like that. I get they make changes, but Klaus being there does not make sense in the show. Yeah. In the comic book, like Klaus got like telekinesis and like all that shit. Like that nigga walk around, he float around while everybody else walk. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Klaus, I knew there was some raw about that nigga, bro.
So it's just like, and that's why I think they hinted to it where he was like, yeah, bro, you barely even scratched the surface of your powers. Yeah. Like, you way stronger than that. Like, Klaus can make dead niggas materialize to box you up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, like all these dead niggas come out and beat you up. Like Klaus actually really strong in the comic books. In the show, it was like, exactly, what's the point? All this nigga do is see dead ghosts and he afraid of it.
Right. Why is he following y'all, bro? You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, in a way, season 1 was literally a setup to season 2 if they keep going with it. If you think about it like that. Yeah. So
it's basically going to be like a time skip in anime.
But for me, I felt I cared. I care more about the characters, so I felt like I didn't need the apocalypse thing to continue. That was my gripe. I was like, I would be perfectly fine if they just ended that apocalypse storyline and then found something else to keep us interested in the characters now. Like, okay, so now what are you guys going to do as the Umbrella Academy, right? Now you've healed your old parent wounds. You've stopped an apocalypse and proven that you guys are actually, like, your dad was right and you guys are actually a group of good heroes. Like, what happens next? Do we find more villains? Is the Time Organization going to be, like, a real villain now? Or, like, is there some other fucked up shit that we need to fight? But I felt that would have been better than, all right, well, next season we're going to try to stop the apocalypse. And then at the end of that, they cliffhanger again and go, wait, we still got another apocalypse. I'm like, come on. That's stupid.
Well, I don't know if I was the only one that felt this way out of everybody, but I think I eventually got to a point, probably like episode 3 or 4-ish, where I was like, I eventually got on my Dragon Ball Z shit. I was like, I just want to see niggas throw hands and get power-ups, essentially.
For Klaus, I do, because they layered it. I still don't get why Diego means anything to anybody. I'm sorry that I'm coming at a fellow brown brother, but like, Diego, bro, all you do is throw knives very well. Like, that's all I got was like, he tricked me with the knives, bro.
Yeah, that's all he wanted. Could he use a bullet that way? Like,
might have been better for him if he used that. To be completely honest, because after I just see him going around throwing knives around, he was like the only like guy who was an active hero. I was like, I don't know, these powers kind of cool.
You know who I was disappointed with? Big homie. Like, bro, how was he that big getting rocked by a regular nigga?
Hazel was like, I thought them niggas had powers, bro. Right. I thought they was other kids. I thought there was other kids.
Hazel just beat that nigga ass, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that was
he was getting it, and then they dropped that thing on him. And for a second, that's how you knew he was really trash. Because when that chandelier dropped on him, I really thought he was finna die for a second, and then I was like, oh, and then he was just hairy, and I was like, oh, pretty much. Fuck.
Like, he got up so easy. Like, that literally didn't do anything. He could have still stopped him.
Well, I'm like, Hazel, you got superpowers, bro.
He need to get some squats in there.
You just beat the fuck out of this super.
It was a gorilla. Like, he practically fought a gorilla and won.
Did he have Buddy's blood? Is that what it was? They injected him with the monkey's blood?
That's a different story from there, so I can only assume. Yeah,
I'm figuring.
Because in like the comic he literally put that nigga head.
I thought they were a little unfair to the monkey too. I thought the kids were a little bit unfair to the monkey. Like, he was just doing what he had to. I don't think he did anything outright like evil for the sake of evil. I think he's like, I'm a monkey.
No,
monkey on dirt.
That monkey had a lot of shit.
I'm on dirt.
Had so many secrets.
That's true.
Look, bro, he was like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you this.
I agree. I'm with Grant.
All I'm saying is that monkey already watched one apocalypse, bro. He lived through all 3 of the Planet of the Apes movies.
Fuck out of here.
He watched all the niggas die, bro. He just didn't want another one to happen, bro. I fuck with my Caesar ass niggas, bro. I'm just saying that chimp. He just knew that, like, look, I can't talk too much about this shit, bro. This man was Harvey was probably beating his ass. You know what I mean?
Fuck that nigga. Hey, he a snitch. That's like a brother or an uncle. An uncle the whole time, bro. We out here running around doing whatever, searching for clues, and you know the mystery. What you did just so we can have a game? Yeah.
I mean, technically,
I threw that nigga on them racks too.
It was a man's dying wish.
I mean, it makes sense. That. I mean, yeah. As soon as he right. I feel like as soon as homie died, he should have just spilled the beans. Damn. Just like right there.
I don't think he hated him because he saw that he really did fuck with all them kids. I think the monkey knew that. So I felt like he didn't hate him as much as the kids hated him. The kids hated him, but he was like, oh, I know he's a good guy at heart, but like, they was little kids. He just couldn't be out
If you want to hide some things, I understand that. But like, come on, bro. We trying to stop the apocalypse. What you playing for? True. What, his dying wishes over the apocalypse? Come on.
He wasn't scared about their Time Organization. He knew them.
And he bogus for not throwing out that moon saying. He should have got rid of that. He knew he should have been like, you know what?
Yep.
I'm going to get rid of this because this is going to be some shit.
I didn't realize he kept it.
Stupid. If he gonna be, and then he was laying seeds and shit like that. If you're gonna be laying seeds, nigga, just tell me. He could have been like, all right, guys, for 24 hours, I brought y'all here, let y'all, talk back as a family, but here's the deal. Told the whole story and be like, all right, fix it. I'm out. Me and Mama, we going to Texas.
All right, let's wrap it up. Yeah. I give it a solid, decent plus.
That's only a half step from a lit minus. What you
know?
It's
not. No, there's decent as hell in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
This nigga talking about lit minus. I was like, what?
All right, I changed it to a decent as hell minus.
I agree with player 5 on that rating.
Oh, decent as hell minus?
Decent as hell minus.
What'd you give it, Gramps?
I'm gonna give it a decent or a decent minus. I want to see more hands, man.
Bro, I'd have jaw this nigga.
It's so what side is it, bro? So what side?
I want to see hands.
Hey, it's a superhero movie. If you watch a superhero movie, you want to see hands.
That's
sorry.
true.
That's
no,
that's
not
pretty
always.
much.
I want to see epic strats or hands.
Yeah.
And the strats was trash because the time organization was garbage.
Some of the best superhero stuff is when you just see niggas with superpowers living. Like Heroes.
Which one?
Heroes.
Heroes, I like the power part of Heroes.
But I'm saying, but the majority of
And the
Heroes was
storyline.
just superheroes living.
Right, but they have raw ass strats though in the background.
Misfits. Y'all ain't seen it, but maybe you will.
Mm-hmm.
It's just niggas living with superpowers. It'd be funny as hell, bro. Like,
hell, I'd give it a watch.
You're right. I say 3 episodes. You don't fucking with 3, then stop. But you will.
All right. Do you want to do the Neji versus Sasuke real quick?
Wait, before should we get back about like describing the trailers, or we just gonna F it?
Oh, the trailer thing. I think we're good. We have
sure.
talked about it. Was there anything you want to add to it?
No. I mean, I'm pretty much good. I was pretty much. What was I gonna say? Crap. I actually forgot what I was saying. F it.
Yep.
I feel like the review of this Umbrella show was enough of a discussion on this. Okay.
For sure.
I can save it for next time.
Mm-hmm.
On to these mega highlights. No One Piece this week, so Boku no Hero real quick.
Oh, true. New arc.
I'm excited. A question I had, which I wasn't able to look up, was when did they reference those organizations? Was that in the arc with Sun Eater in them, or was that recently with Gentle? I don't remember, but they had talked about the 4 leaders or whatever, and Destro it came up.
I think it was Gentle.
All right,
but
might have been with. It might have been the arc before that when they were talking about the Yakuza and all of that.
That's what I thought. I thought maybe it came up in the overall arc because I thought Red Riot brought it up when he was talking about Crimson Riot. Or Crimson Riot came up later as one of those 4 leaders. I don't really remember, but I felt like Crimson Riot had something to do with those eras of heroes that they were talking about, where Destro came up.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, that had just came to mind because obviously in this arc we get a new villain.
Right.
Well, new hero, anti-hero,
right?
Stain type villain. Which I'm kind of mad about. I felt like, what's his face got a lot of privilege out here. Tomura, who I don't like as a villain, fought a Yakuza boss last arc, and now he fighting this nigga from corporate America. And if he dropped this nigga to all the affluence and access it looks like this guy has, I'm gonna be a little like, come on, man.
I wouldn't mind an arc where we don't even see the My Hero niggas like that. We just see like villains versus this dude, and then that's how they do their time skip. Like, while y'all was watching,
you always got to bring it back to the time skip theory.
God,
alright, bro.
I'm telling you,
let me be the first to say
about to start getting to like,
I was wrong.
Hey, bro, they skipped a couple of days. Hey, bro, they skipped a couple of days.
That's a time skip.
Time skip.
Hey, before I get flamed, before I get noted for being goofy of the year, I accept there was no time skip.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Fuck y'all.
But I think that would be a good idea, though.
Man, I'm quitting this podcast. I'm making my own podcast called the Time Skip Podcast.
We always talk about time skip theories.
Time skips in any manga. That's it. We just talk about time.
Hey, y'all think this would be time skip in Promised Neverland?
Hey, One Piece time skip coming soon.
My God. But yeah, no. So what's y'all speculation on his power? Because I don't think we know what Destro's power was. My guess is that mask gives him some sort of like super strength. But I'm not really sure.
I feel like that'd be too basic.
I mean, he just strangled that nigga, but he had that mask on.
I think he choked that nigga out on some regular shit. Just
I think so too. I think that mask is more like
it wasn't like he got
was
popped.
so awkward, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't like he got like popped. Like, oh, that nigga, like, hey, bro, like, hey, you choking her? Like, stop. He got choked out regularly.
Damn. Oh,
I was really hoping you could join the org, bro.
But like, nope.
That's also funny though. I like how they're playing on the fact that because I always felt like Destro came off as Magneto to me anyways, the way they had gave him the description.
True.
But him describing it as superpowers, like versus quirks, is like, I like how they're almost making it seem like in this world, like being a superhero or like superpowers are seen as like a radical, like religion. Almost. I just thought that was funny. So.
Oh yeah, that is actually a nice little thing.
That's
like,
a good point.
To not put you above people, you're not super powered.
Yeah,
you're just a human with a quirk.
Oh, he's odd. He's a little odd, a little tricky. But yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting to see that they're out to get the League of Villains.
Yeah,
I don't know if what they were trying to say was that all of those people in that room were technically his kids, or just that one guy was.
What people? What room?
So
I know what you mean.
When Main Buddy walked into that room, a bunch of people in his org, whatever the hero org is, they were also given the backstory of how Destro like ended up getting caught, but they didn't know he had kids. So my question was, are all those people in this room his kids, or just that one guy is his kid?
Oh, yeah,
see, now that's
I'm pretty sure that one guy is his kid, but I just don't know if all those other dudes
I was actually thinking about that too, because I didn't know how if they meant kids biologically or just followers.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking like followers, but I'm gonna look.
I mean, I feel like it might have just been like a double meaning, where it's literally both. Where it's like his kid is probably him, and then like followers being everyone else who was in the room, because like part of the picture with the mask of Destro, he had that too. But I don't think the chick or the guy in the organization had said mask.
Gotcha.
So
actually, all these people got this mask on.
Or I was tripping and every single person got that mask.
You know what I think? Actually, no. This nigga got on sunglasses.
No.
It looked like one of them got on the mask.
No, but I mean, it looks like it came on and off like just naturally though, like when he strangled Buddy, right?
Yeah, it looked like it's a part of him.
Okay, here's my question: do you think the mask is a quirk or tech?
Quirk.
Quirk.
My guess is quirk. Maybe Destro doesn't actually have the mask, but I think with his, it's a part of his quirk. That's my guess.
Well, Destro, his mask looked the exact same.
Pretty close.
No, you see?
Similar.
I mean, it's not the same.
It looked like you would
it's
definitely
similar.
be like, oh, that's my daddy got the same quirk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. No, I agree with that though.
What if it's like that's it? Like, oh, my quirk, I changed the skin pigmentation right
Superpower.
here. But I will choke a nigga out. What's up? Barehanded.
We gonna talk about this nigga forehead at all?
It's big as hell,
Yeah,
but his
big
nose, like, I don't even want to flame that. Look
Yeah,
at
this
his
kid got
nose.
this Usopp
He might pull
nose,
up.
man.
Let me stop.
Got this
This nigga,
I didn't feel like I had a.
Low key looks like the Joker.
I didn't feel like I had a good understanding of what his company did before they entered the hero.
I think they tried to
industry.
just make it basic. Like from what I just saw, it was it's just normal human products like effing
Kelp and
couches.
shit.
Yeah, like
Got it. And now
But
they're
they
just
didn't
moving
specify.
into making super.
Right.
yeah, I think they made like tech like non-hero support items.
right.
And
Yeah.
Like
it's
maybe
oh,
like
we
blenders
basically
or
already
kitchen-
knew that, so let's do it for heroes.
That's pretty much what he's in there.
Interesting. But yeah,
no,
so
that's kind of.
I like that the villains are really playing into more overarching areas of the world. I like how big he's going with the villains. Like I liked how Overhaul was like a Yakuza boss. He had influence, he had power, and he came from a family. Even though like they kind of showed how when heroes enter the world, how like the dynamic of a crime organization changes to still be legitimate.
True.
Like I like that, and I like how these guys are like representing corporate America. So they're like almost like a Lex Luthor to me. Like it's how I'm trying to look at this villain, not with the same level of Strats,
Right.
Because I don't know if he's gonna come out that strong with it, but I still see it as like, okay, here's the white collar villain. Like, oh, I have all this power, this affluence. I'm gonna fuck you up from like a money standpoint. I just don't know how the heroes are gonna play into this, if they are at all.
I think I'm not a huge fan. I'm becoming less of a fan of the mangaka for this. Just because like some things I don't like, but I'm still now like with this made me bring back some respect to his name because he's starting to pull a One Piece here. Like, the thing about One Piece that kind of set it aside above other anime is, like, the world building is ridiculous. It's absurd. Yeah. The world moves while the main characters do things. Yeah. And that's kind of what you're seeing here is that, like, this world moving ain't got nothing to do with Deku, ain't got nothing to do with nobody. Like, the world is a real thing. The world is a character, damn near, you know? And I like it. If this has nothing to do with Deku at all, like, nothing to do with the heroes, just, like, I would be, like, phenomenal.
My issue is if it does have something to do with Deku, I feel like it means that this is it. It's an arc. Which bothers me. Like, with Stain is the only villain so far that I'm like, alright, he's going to come back. Maybe. Because what they, like, are trying to say, he kicked off for the world. But, like, once Overhaul became, like, a villain that affects the main story, it, like, kept him from going farther than that. And, like, still being a player in the game. Like, once Deku and them touched him, it's like, alright, we like, done with Overhaul. That's why I'm, like, kind of hoping it just stays between them and the League of Villains. Because he might be able to, like, be a longer-term villain than just, like, oh, it's just this arc. Because I don't even know why Deku and them would be involved in what's going on with him right now. And then I don't know how they would beat him. So to speak, you know what I mean? He's a guy who owns a company that wants to kill villains. So I'm really hoping it means that they're just not going to deal with him at all. They just might see that nigga and go,
you know,
he seems a little odd, but that's it.
If they brought that one girl, the one tech girl, in the what's her name? Right. And she was doing like her internship there, and was like basically a part of this crime without knowing it. Yeah. So then, like after all this happened, like it could still give Deku an end. Like, oh shit, she found out she was part of this. You know, Deku can get into that. Like, that'd be lit.
Right. I hope that doesn't happen as a part of this arc.
Yeah, not a part of the arc.
Because you're very good at predicting what happens with Boku no Hero besides the time skip part. But, like, almost everything else you did has come to pass. And as you said that, I'm like, I could totally see it. But that would mean that, like, he's going to take an L, like, in this chapter. Because she would go, oh, hey, I just noticed them doing something weird. They could go, really? And then, boom, like, now the whole squad is involved in.
So, like, I definitely think it's going to go typical shonen style, and Deku is going to be here and solve the problem. However, there's some saving graces. Saving grace in that the Horikoshi loves, like, comic books kind of over manga. Yeah. So, I think he would be like, he's going to do like the comic book thing, like we got reoccurring villains, not just like, oh, we banged him, that's the arc that's over. Like, oh, we beat him, he going to jail, but oh, he will be back. You know what I'm saying? I think that is a thing that will happen. We just haven't been far enough in the show to see it happen. I hope, but that might not happen. Because, you know, editors, like in the real world, you got editors, you got a CEO that's like, hey, this popping right now, we need it to be more shonen-y. You get what I'm saying? Like, who knows?
Did you have anything? Because I have one more thing to bring up.
Me, more the
forehead, boy.
I guess like another. I'm not sure how, but it's like, how do I really describe it? I think there might be some connection with the group Todoroki and Bakugo's going against with the company, just based on how
the segue?
the formatting of the chapter itself. How? Because I think it was some panel, I think, when he was talking about the hero tech or whatever, is when, like, those guys, like, first got introduced. Like, there was, like, a connection there or something. Yeah. Client accumulation, blah, blah, blah. What's that? You see this client accumulation? Oh, that. It was literally that right there. People seeking liberation, lying dormant across the nation. They could have just been talking, and it could have just, like, been playing on both fine. Yeah. But, I mean, the fact that, like, you know, they just got their hero licenses. I mean, they could even argue where Bakugo or Todoroki trying to get some new tech now that they're heroes, trying to go to these kids to, like, get some free tech or whatever, and then that's their end also. So, I don't know. I feel like there's more ends for Deku and the squad to get in it than maybe not on the surface is describing.
Okay, what does the provisional license allow you to do? Does it, like, stop a crime if you see it? Or
I think it's a permit. Oh. Personally, that's how I feel. I don't know for sure. This is just made up. But I think it should behave the way a driving permit does, where, like, oh, I can drive, if you would, but, like, there's a adult around somewhere. Like, or I can do a limited number of
hours of hero,
like hero type things, but like I'm not full fledged. You can't start paying me. You can't start having no football contracts.
Bakugo looks like Best Genius in this picture, bro.
Hey, he got his
mentor. He fuck with Best Genius.
His mentor. Is he still in the hospital?
Best Genius, his daddy.
Is he still in the hospital or best unit?
I don't know.
Oh, he was in the count. He was in the count for the top 10. Other part, they just answered this question, but I was thinking about it. I was like, where the fuck is the heroes at? But I guess they like subconsciously answered it. Yep. Where if an issue just happens, they not always gonna just be there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Then.
Yeah, I get it.
Niggas need more motorbikes, bro.
Yeah, but for a second, I still felt like, come on, y'all. I don't know how the heroes today monitor issues.
But you know what I do
it's
like?
Odd for police scanners.
My best part about this, and it was kind of like what I was bringing up with like the random story I was doing, is that like in this world, it felt like people was just kind of like, oh, you got a mushroom head? Whatever, and just kept moving. Yeah. I was like, why is nobody responding to it? I get it, they've been there for a while, but still. And I like that he actually put like, hey, there are niggas out here that with weird bodies and faces and heads.
Yeah.
And you know, we make shit to make their life more comfortable.
Right.
Like, I like that there's he's making his world deeper. I like world building. That's it. I'm done.
All right. Gramps, you got anything you want to add on that chapter?
No, sir. You guys went through it all.
All right. On to Promised Neverland.
Ooh, theory confirmed.
Deals are being made.
Theory confirmed.
Deals are being made. Okay. Oh, yeah, true. And demons, eating demons is what keeps the motherfuckers alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Eating demons?
Yeah.
No, so, I mean like that, and then also the, you know, pitting the low class v high class.
Oh, yeah, true. I feel like there might be a little bit of backstory we get there with how he got kicked off because of that little tiny flashback we got. With the king and how, or the whatever his name was, how he got kicked out of the royalty.
Right.
The other part that I think was interesting was at the end when they said Norman was from whatever high class meat. Yeah. They said not even the king can eat him.
Right.
And then they said some other demon's name. So I don't know if they're trying to say that is the king's name or there's someone even higher than the king, because I think that's the name they keep bringing up all the fucking time.
Right.
And I don't know who that guy is. Like,
it was funny because like what I even because I watched the anime too, and what they just so what just happened in the anime is Mama just caught Norman and Emma when they were trying to check out the wall, and Mama just broke Emma's leg and told Norman, "You're pretty much about to get shipped out." Like that was the end of the episode. But when she was like talking to him, like, "Hey, you know what? Like this is like the first time I'm going to be talking to you for real."
Yeah.
One, I already know that y'all know, and like blah blah blah. It's like the huge reveal that Mama already knows everything, and she a boss. But what she also said is that she literally said that raising the prime meat for even higher than the highest dessert. So it was like when she had like a little comment, that might not be word for word, but it pretty much got you saying like, this is even better than novelty kind of meat. Yeah. I was like, yo, low key, that might be jumping back to when they were first checking out the ruins and like the whole, at least my theory, for like the whole like demon religious aspect where there's like some kind of higher power in like the demon realm or world that they either worship or respect. And I think low-key this meat could be for like their demon Jesus, if you would.
I think it might have something to do with what they've discovered recently with that weird time skip that like scene that like didn't mean much, but like when they went to that circle and then Emma saw something. I don't know. I think there's some connection. I think maybe that guy is also going to be the one who has influence on the Promise. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. In the beginning, I mean, Zazzy must be up there, is what I'm trying to say. Because there was hella demons there, and for Norman, I know Norman don't have hands, because that's been his running thing from the anime, or from, like, the beginning.
Right.
So Zazzy must really be up there. They just brought, if he just brought him to, like
he chose all him to demons. Be, like, his soul guard,
Yeah.
No, that could be crazy. Granted, you could also argue, though, that Sazi doesn't really talk. And, like, depending on, like, his other, like, commanders, they could have been, like, the I don't know. They could have been, like, really...
trying to start some nonsense.
Yeah, they could be, like, volatile in that sense. Because, like, I think... There was, like, a couple of times I think Norman told Zazie to maybe, like, calm down or chill or something like that.
Yeah.
And, like, based on what we found out from those other two... that might not be so easy to do.
Yeah, a little pissed off at these.
Right, like after like the commanders we've been introduced to, the only other person who might be chill would be like effing Vincent, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That could be a reason too. But I still think Zazu's OP motherfucker.
Other question I want to ask both of y'all: how do y'all feel about Norman's plan to, even though that's not really his plan, but the suggestion that they can beat the demons and then they can have the Rat-Re as human slaves?
What do you mean?
So his thing was like, his proposal was, okay, you help us beat them, and then you guys are going to need human meat. Well, you guys can use the Rat-Re clan as human meat then, and just let us be free.
True. Okay.
And he said they can use the low-level farms as well, I think.
No, I thought it was like they could have the actual facilities themselves.
Yeah.
But all the actual children are free, right?
Yep. Except for the Rat-Re.
Yeah, the Rat-Re they would use to basically remake them as meat.
Right.
So they would just start the cycle all over again.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
But I mean, like, if they even knew, like, what was going on, like, even slightly in Norman's head, they would know that's, like, a complete lie, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks like they both know that they're liars. I guess
that's true.
It got undermined by the fact that Norman said that, like, none of that was actually his plan. He wants to, like, do it. But I felt some kind of way that he even suggested that. I was like, aren't you supposed to be saving humans? I mean, I get the Rat-Re clan are, like, dicks. But I think you could just kill them rather than restart the same problem you have all over again.
I mean, I think basically you've just become the Rat-Re clan.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just dipped and started it all over again.
No, I think that Norman definitely got darker. But I mean, even from the jump, low key, I think Norman kind of established that he's gonna do whatever he needs to do to get his plan going. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing off the table. There's no immoral actions, really, as long as his end goal still succeeds.
You know what I think changed? That time with them demons, he lost the pussy pedestal. Because he used to be like, I'm going to do whatever, but as long as my boo bae happy. Yeah. But that time there, he was like, oh, man, I see some other boobs. Yeah, I seen, Emma not thick. There's other girls. And then that's what he realized.
Wow. But no, the biggest problem with, like, pretty much what you just suggested is that if Emma was, like, witnessed, like, this conversation, which obviously she's going to find out at some point, there's going to be a huge split.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, because, like, Emma's not going to be, well, we already know Emma's not down for this, but now seeing that, Emma's going to be like, no, man, what have you become? And then there's going to be that whole, you know, like, what the heck is going on, split between homies kind of thing. It's going to be like, damn, Emma. So.
Honestly, I don't think that, maybe I don't know. Well, Norman did his research, so I guess it's viable that they can, like, clash against each other and totally destroy each other, but I still doubt it, and I still think that we have that third faction of demons, which may just be Sungju and Musica, or maybe way more than them two. But there's a third religious demons that are like, I don't really eat human meat. Like, it's not because I got kicked out of the family or anything like that. It's just because I don't fuck with them niggas. Like, so I don't feel like those would really be involved in the war. So they would be what's left. So and then at that point, it's like, well, all you children are free. So that means we can eat y'all now. Like, you know what I mean? So it would just go into like, well, let's kill all these motherfuckers then. So I don't know. I feel like I need more about the plan to realize, because I feel like I know there's not any holes, but from hearing the plan outright, it just seems like there's a lot of holes. But I feel like it's Norman, so there's likely no holes with that plan. He knows what he's doing. I think I just need more detail on, like, really, how is this actually going to get executed? You got the deal. You have their fighting power. So are you going to use them to just assault every plantation, free it first, and then have them, like, assault the big guys? Like, how is this plan actually going to get executed? Because they've already been freeing niggas.
True.
And it sounds like he doesn't actually plan on even fighting in the war.
True. So
I'm like, so how are you going to have this battle force of people and somehow, like, not have to see any, like, war at all and just have those demons do it? I need way more detail.
True.
So,
well, I think this is where we're starting to get close to the goodness that we first felt when we first started reading the story of it.
Yeah.
About all the tracks behind the scenes and reading the small details and all of that. This is where it's finally about to start coming back to life. And
it's funny that y'all say that.
Oh, fuck.
Because guess what I just started reading this past weekend?
Oh.
I started catching up since the time skip.
Uh-oh.
I got to the part where the Rat Reclan niggas busting they shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they start dipping.
Oh, you're not
So
too far.
I started catching up. You know,
Not too far.
We'll see. We'll see if this shit. I didn't want to go and say, "Oh, I'm catching up," because I didn't want to put no expectations on it. But we'll see. Dropped it.
Dude's gonna be hurt when he comes out. If you caught up, he like, nothing.
Oh, it start getting lit, bro. Well, what am I do? I gotta get the anime.
Y'all niggas don't ever want to read One Piece, but y'all gonna catch up on Promised Neverland.
One Piece,
bro. Hella chapters in that motherfucker. Okay. Anything else on Promised Neverland?
Nah, not the moment.
I thought it was pretty straightforward. On to Black Clover. So that one was goddamn, bro.
Oh yeah, he a monster.
What the fuck?
Homie a boss, man.
Hey, you might want to cover your ears for this part. That shit with Lich at the end,
right?
In the trailer, like what?
Bro.
So you really flipping the script on niggas like this?
Right. Like I think like I always in the back of my head, I always knew there had to be some like progression
to keep
or
it going
reveal.
past this arc.
Right, but I mean like not just that, but more about like just the demon.
Yeah.
Like the actual 5-star Black Clover. They still haven't answered really any questions about that, and I feel like Homeboy is literally about to hit that right now. I think he's either like a warrior for like the OG Demon King, or some kind of supporter, or even him himself. I don't know, but I think we're finally going to get answers regarding like the demons, and not just the elves.
A lot of world building going on in Black Clover. I'll put it that way. A lot of world building I don't understand.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, I'm definitely interested to see where that's gonna go. I'm still kind of mad though, because it's Black Clover. I don't want the plot. I just want the hands. But that shit that did, I think, like, gave me. I mean, anime wise, niggas gonna flip when they see that. They gonna be like, "Yo, this nigga, a god."
Nah,
like, what the fuck did he do? Because it's just like you have to come off of like what happened. No spoilers. What happened like earlier with Lynch and what's his face, and then go wait. So just came in and served up the hands pie to both of them. Like,
man.
What the fuck? So that was definitely good. The stuff in the beginning was just like Charmy saying Asta could go. Jack the Ripper and Noel are about to have a good combo.
Oh, true.
Which I think is actually gonna work because he's like Asta with magic. The fact that his blades can just anti-magic whatever, so he's definitely just gonna cut her and be like, guess what? You can't.
I mean, it's pretty much like cutting.
Together.
Yeah, it's like he has hockey cutting the effing Logia fruit user. Like it should be that easy.
She gonna look like what was the chick in the snow bitch?
Oh,
that Zoro cut her cells up so she couldn't even form back together. It's gonna be some shit like that.
I forgot her name, but no, I hear you.
Yeah,
no, it should quote unquote should be that easy, especially since she's homework.
Oh yeah, there you go,
Monet. Yes, thank you.
Thanks.
But yeah, no, it should be that easy. You would think, but I don't know.
So I think we're getting lined up for something good around the corner for sure.
Man, just got extra. But I didn't even think about it. I've always wondered like what was the big deal about his necklace, but I didn't even put it together that was a magic stone until literally right now. Do you know that?
They might have brought
completely like went over my head.
They might have brought it up, but yeah, like I said, I don't pay attention to Black Clover plot, so. It just too many. Like I'm telling you, I'm still kind of mad that I didn't know dude was Veto the whole time.
Oh, well.
Like I was just like, who the fuck is that guy? And then y'all was like, oh, I said he's just younger. I'm like, what? No. Why did they just keep that nigga old? He was raw when he was old. But yeah. I think that's it for Black Clover. Did y'all watch
that's
Sumo?
All 3 shows. Oh yes, I did.
Sumo. Anybody?
Yes,
I was busy. I ain't checking out nothing. So I know I was trying my hardest not to pay attention and doing all this shit.
Yeah,
I really did a good job. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what the fuck y'all was talking about. But I did hear you saying something about Jack the Ripper being buff or like having something like
he's Asta with magic.
Yeah, like so like we see that he has power now.
No.
You guys met Jack the Ripper?
Yeah. I mean, like, from where I'm at, we never see his ability yet.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, now the nigga cold.
Oh,
and, him and Yami,
they're rivals.
Rivals.
Right.
And so I feel you on his power up, but dimension slash, you feel me?
Nah, bro.
I mean, this
His
comes
blade,
close though. Like
Jack the Ripper's blade literally counters any magic.
But this cut through dimensions.
Right, but when you can just counter any magic, that doesn't mean anything. He can slice a dimension slash because he can develop a magic that's counter to that magic.
And I quote, "Go beyond your limits."
Wow.
Right,
Yami.
So you're telling me
dimension slash?
So do you think Asta can block the dimension slash with his blade? If he can, Jack the Ripper can cut that shit in half.
No, because it go through dimensions.
What?
But it's so here we are. Check it out. Your Asta sword exists in 3 dimensions. Length, width, height. It exists in 3 dimensions. If you're cutting this nigga past them 3 through a 4, fuck you mean, he dead. It cut through dimensions, bro. We don't know what that means.
My God.
We just know everybody catching that.
How
like a
is he able
time skip type read
to cut through dimensions though? Using what? Magic.
Yeah, but that's in a different dimension.
Stay with me though. Alright.
Why the dimension slash?
I feel you.
And when you get the moment of impact is where this is
but
magic.
You can't block that because it's already impacted you.
What do you mean? If it's the point of impact is your sword that is anti-magic, it's done. That's it. It's gone. You're saying that he has a trick where he can go past someone's defense to hit them, which isn't true. You've never seen that.
Don't know
it's just a straight head-on attack.
We don't know that he can't. You feel
my
me?
God.
Dimension slash.
All I'm saying is, if it ever gets proven true that they might be proven true that Jack can cut that before we find out Asta can negate it.
So what are you telling me?
But if it does,
is Asta has no chance at being the Wizard King, because if he could be Wizard King, why not just Jack?
Well, no, but then Asta will be able to beat Jack though, because his blade is magic. Right. His ability is just like, whatever you have, I can create a counter to that with my blade and then just cut that. Okay. So he can literally cut anything, but Asta is like, I just negate all magic. So your magic to cut anything.
Right.
That is really low key. It's the movable wall versus the immovable object or something like that.
Like, if I made an anti-magic blade, right. But that blade made out of magic, bro. Yeah. No, but it's anti-magic.
So yeah, we have to see how those two clash against each other. But I think that Jack the Ripper will be able to cut his shit up. Real talk. Plus, especially since they're set up as rivals, I don't think that Yami could ever have like something that just automatically like drops Jack the Ripper.
He goes beyond his limits.
Again, so does Jack. So does Jack.
Bro, y'all gotta watch the anime, bro. Cause like for anime,
is there plot in there, or is it just
no niggas square up? No, and just when you think like, oh man, they about the exposition, it be like, we just fought this nigga. On to the next. Like, square up. But I was watching, I was like, how many niggas they gonna fight before they like take a rest? They just square up against like 8 bosses and be like, 9th boss, let's go. I'm tired.
But yeah, for Sumo, just to put some light respect on that, Hinomaru finally got a win, man. He got that dub.
Against the big Tenor.
He got that dub.
Against Snakehair?
Nah, against the other guy.
Blue hair.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought he got a W against the main villain.
Snakehair about to turn up.
Right, as soon as Snakehair beat Tenoji, they pretty much set it up where Hinomaru then has to beat Tenoji too, and then the final match is him versus Snakehair.
I thought they was out of the singles.
Yeah, they are out the singles, so they are now doing team matches. So it just happens at the national tournament.
You think they gonna win this year?
No. I think he's gonna, cause Kuze, Snake Buddy is in his grade, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he's been looking up to him for a while, but what he pulled out against Tenoji was not a new move. So, and I don't think he has one in the pocket, so I think they're gonna lose.
Ever, after all this fucking arc we spent him learning 1,000 drop, has he ever used the 1,000 drop?
Yeah, like, I mean, he's learned different variations of it. That's what I felt like. But we don't have a like new Hinomaru move, which I felt like we need. And what he did with Tenoji was like what I felt like would have allowed me to buy the win against Snake Buddy. But I think he wasted his like shonen power win on Tenoji because
you
he
can't count too
basically
many in one shot.
Yeah, he used all of like the abilities of his teammates to help get the advantage to win. So like he used a strike, and they was like that strike is just like Gojo's or whatever.
Pretty
and then
I'm like, bro, stop.
Like some Chiharu, he used some Chiharu shit to like variate his move.
Did he leapfrog?
Yeah, he was leapfrog.
That's lit.
He was leapfrog to like jump, and dude tried to like slap him, and then it was like an after image, and he was like crouched down, like and shit.
No, that was
about to get Dragon Ball Z.
That was crazy. That after image, I was like, how?
And then he like
this is all I gotta say.
Like, he's not gonna get a dub.
For those of us that are long-term anime users, you know you can never truly be too safe. Because as we all know, Dragon Ball started out as just some goofy shit with niggas throwing hands. Yeah. And it eventually escalated to what the fuck. So you never know. This nigga might be doing sumo today. But he fuck around and be like, oh my God, no. Hey, if that happens, just know.
I think from the heart, though, of the show, that he's got to get dropped this one to really build for like the win against what's his face, because he's been idolizing this guy, and I think they're gonna build it so it looks like he's really gonna win, but then he's just gonna get dropped, and he's gonna need that motivation to go into next year.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
Tenoji was like that was the funny part, because after he beat Tenoji walks off stage, and he's like, "I'll see you in the pro league." So I'm just like, Tenoji, like, I might have got dropped a bunch of times, but nigga, I'm still gonna be on the Zuka Pro. Like, y'all, I get the plot armor, but nigga, I'm still gonna be up there. So,
because I feel like actually the only person that has to win to be a pro is that
Hinomaru. Yeah. So I think the other dude is gonna get to pro, but I don't know. If the thing is that they need an extra year, they're gonna like keep the high school thing going. He'll win. He'll lose, but if they don't need that, then he has to win. But I just feel like there's no tension there anymore. Yeah. Because the tension was really like Tenoji, and then we don't have another big loss to like really give us the feels for like a win against what's his face. He only touched him like one other time in the very beginning.
You know what I want to see, which I think will make this very realistic, and you see this with a lot of sports where you can go like pro straight out of high school, is like if them niggas smack Tenoji, but then they get to the pros and like Tenoji like raw as hell, like, no, like, bro, I already knew I was going pro. Why would I try my all in the high school match and get hurt, nigga? I'm a pro now. Yeah. Like, but that really happens in real life. That happens a fuck ton. But you know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron was not going all out like this. Like, I feel you, nigga, but I'm going to be making millions after this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that happens a lot. Yeah. And if that actually happened where they was like, yeah, this nigga raw as hell, sure, it'd be less anime, but it'd be real.
I don't think it's that, though. I think it's all about the heart with Sumo. Every battle has been with the heart. Niggas was crying at the end of Yuma's match.
True.
Niggas was crying in the audience, bro. Everybody was crying in the audience after that shit. And then Chiharu, bro, he crushing niggas' dreams. Niggas was crying after they lost to his ass, bro. He got Chiharu and Chichiro, bro.
Hey, what about nigga Hinomaru, bro?
He's special.
Hinomaru in there getting their work, bro.
This nigga looking, though, but he doesn't say nothing.
Year 2 is his year.
They keep referencing like that team because they're the ones that like know them enough, and then they like train with them or whatever. So they'll keep like hyping up their matches and like do whatever. But Geno Baba says absolutely nothing. He just beat her like,
bro.
Look,
year 2 he coming. No, year 2 Geno Baba transfer. I put that on.
So where
he gonna go to? What's that?
Who team?
Like the main team.
Wow.
Oh, wait, Chizuru leaving? No, Yuma and Ozeki are leaving after this.
Yeah, the two niggas are leaving.
Yeah, so they need 2 new niggas.
The captain leaving and 3 niggas.
Yuma's leaving and what's his face is leaving. The captain.
The captain is a senior. So is Karate nigga, and so is
I don't think Chichiro's a senior.
You sure?
I thought Chichiro's in the same age.
No,
he's older.
He's a freshman.
Yeah.
Whoa, wait,
he just
freshman?
looks big, bro.
No, he's not. I know he's not a freshman.
I don't think he's a freshman. I don't think he's a senior either.
He's a freshman, bro.
Never. We're gonna see what Google
bro, if he's a freshman.
He just been eating his Wheaties, bro. You gotta relax.
Yeah.
Bro, if homie's a freshman.
It is a special.
That's too OP.
Come on, playing fast. You know that niggas who are wrestlers, who are top-notch wrestlers, be full as hell. Let's stop playing, man.
Yeah. He from the West Side, bro.
Southside claim him.
You might have went against him that match that you saw.
I got my ass beat, bro.
Yeah, your story time. That might have been Chichiro you ran into.
Fuck around, might be.
Ooh, he's learning different techniques going around the world, bro.
Oh, man, niggas is real. Like, I don't know if we have a slept on manga award, but like I feel like we haven't watched many slept on stuff. I feel like all the stuff we talk about our review is like fairly mainstream, but I definitely don't hear enough people talking about Hinomaru Sumo, bro.
No way.
True.
That shit is decent. As far as sports mangas go, like the way this is like Kuroko Basket tier to me in terms of like the way the story's made, the investment you have in the characters and the team especially. Like it's the same vibe I got when I was watching Kuroko Basket. And it was like going through each of them games and you like, damn, this nigga can shoot threes without even thinking about it. You like, pass me the ball. That shit is in from full court every time. And you like, how the fuck they gonna beat this nigga? And then they pull out a win. You like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else we do.
Did you find out? I feel like the wiki's not really gonna tell me because it's gonna reference the manga.
Yeah, that's why I ain't trying to read too deep in there. I ain't trying to get... he's a second year.
Yeah, so he's sophomore.
There you go.
So he still got another year of greatness.
But here's the question, though. Is he going to stick with Sumo like that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if he do decent and he... I don't know. We'll see.
I think after this year, they sold him on it. What would really be disrespectful is if when he about to fight Kuze, he goes, sit down here, Mario. I got it.
Ooh.
Yo.
Ooh.
And he take that nigga out.
Oh,
Snake buddy.
no.
Oh,
if you do that, and then he just look back at that nigga.
Chichiro no Sumo, bro. That name immediately changed. They just Xing it out in the Chichiro no Sumo.
I could see them losing after this year 3 members.
But I just don't think like Snake Buddy's team. I don't feel any of them are noteworthy enough besides Snake Buddy. That's how I think they could still get the win with Hinomaru catching the L. Do you see what I'm saying? Because nobody on that squad is like has the same lore. Like Tenoji's team, all of them niggas like had lore. Like every time he fought, each one of them they had lore.
If Chihiro is the reason they win,
yeah,
like he take the tie bout, it's no longer your show, bro. Like it really is Chihiro no Sumo now. You know what I'm saying? Like this
he made it a special. That is his special.
If this was like a fucking, if we were still doing the thing, like this nigga's stock is rising, bro.
He's
like,
made it a Chichiro special.
I'm selling my Chihiro stock right now. Why is that his peak?
Who bought him? Who bought him when we did the draft back in the day?
I don't think nobody copped him. Oh,
somebody copped. Oh, you copped him? Oh, shit.
Get that out of here, man.
Bro, I said,
yeah, bro.
That was draft round 2, man.
He getting points for days if we was...
Sell your stock in him right now. I sense a falling from power.
But Chichiro?
He gonna fall, bro.
He's got to get about 3 wins. I'll give him that. He's had
that nigga been dropping
2, 3 huge wins. He's got to get.
He hasn't lost a single match. He's undefeated right now.
Wow.
No, wait.
I don't think he's lost a single one. Think about it. He dropped Geno Baba in that other tournament. Then they went to this one. Did he go against Hinomaru in the inter-team thing? Okay, so he got 1 loss.
But that's against
and that's inter-team, yeah. So he lost to him, but then after that, once this thing started, he took nothing but dubs. He hasn't lost a single. And it'd be so funny because the way he take the dub, it'd just be like at that moment the drop. Yeah, it'd just be a flash, and then you see him walking off the stage. Like, he show you the person body on the ground. He show him like, I knew what was going to happen.
Now, you know what, though?
He too raw.
Aside from...
Did he get a drop when they were training with the pros, though?
That's training, though.
Yeah, I don't know if he had an actual match, though. I'm sure he was in, like, practice bouts, but I don't know if they showed him fight a pro.
Oh, wait. No, wait. Fuck. Well, what training camp was that? Wasn't he he was like one of the few people who actually did get a dub. Because like everyone else got dropped. When Yuma got dropped and even like the captain got dropped, he was like, man, F that noise, and actually got a W. Wow. I forgot when that was.
Chichiro just began wins.
No, that kid was crazy.
Now I got a question outside of Sumo. It is March now, which means the next season of seasonal anime rolling around.
Yeah.
We gonna pick something up or
which one?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know what the anime is on.
I don't know if anything good is coming out, but yeah, I can pick up one.
I didn't even look.
I mean, the question is, how do you want to do it? Like, do you want to just more do it like the stock, like what you're talking about, or like how do you
just watch?
Yeah, I feel like we should watch, but we can throw around the stock idea. I think the problem with the stock idea is that we have to establish like prices for each of the characters, and then we have to establish a system of like what goes up and what causes it to go down. I feel like
public opinion.
Yeah. which, yeah, I don't think it's gonna work well. But I think we can like talk about it in the reviews of like, hey, I think this person's stock would have gone up, or I think it would have gone down.
Agreed.
But I'm playing with that anime stock idea. Trust me, it's not going anywhere. I just want to find the best way. I don't know if we're gonna introduce on the podcast or if it'll be a social media thing. But I think it'd be really lit to have something like that. Then it'd be a little we can get paid off that on the low, but
Oh, cut the check though.
yeah.
It don't look like nothing decent coming out.
Word.
Unless you went to this, honestly look like a bunch of romantic comedies.
Yeah.
Which I know y'all don't fuck with.
I can take one if you know one that's really good.
But no, these are all like new to me.
Oh, okay.
Fairy Gone. This
fuck?
actually from the cover looked like it'd be decent. It's that one. Fairy Gone.
Which one am I looking at?
But it kind of looked almost like a Goblin Slayer-esque
Yeah, that's
type
possible.
fantasy deal.
That might be one to try. We can look some stuff up. Maybe we can take like 5 or less and do like a first episode impressions, and then whichever one hits us in the first episode, we just carry on with that.
Damn, hey, actually it sound kind of lit.
What?
So it's like fairies were once a tool of war. Basically, niggas will take fairies and make them possess animals, and then they take the organs of animals and transplant them into humans, giving people like special powers.
Oh, that's kind of lit.
That kind of sound lit. Not gonna lie.
Oh, that sounds like a watch.
That sounds dirty.
Oh, at least watch the first episode.
Oh, hey, Kabachiko Sherlock.
The fuck is
Could
that?
be some strats. I don't know. It got Sherlock in it. Could be some strats. Could be some strats. That's all I gotta say.
All right, but anything on tomorrow, and then we could do MVP of the week.
Nah,
all right, MVP of the week.
Let's see.
I'm not giving it to Norman.
My MVP going to a little homie that got choked out in debt to no rare company.
He was talking his shit.
Hey, bro.
He was talking his shit, bro.
Us all being professionals, like, think about how much balls you got to be in your boss office. Like, hey, boss, your idea dumb as hell, bro. Like, this book you've been reading, it sounds like a crackpot book. You know that? Like, that's some nuts. And then he got choked the fuck out pretty calm. Yo, hey, you hurt me. I feel like that nigga went out like, yo, low-key, fuck this shit. He didn't give a fuck. His ghost was probably still calling him a bitch. Like, and you gotta realize when that nigga woke up today, he brushed his teeth. He like, bro, I'm about to go in on my boss today. Hey,
weak ass commercial you put out.
Hey, that commercial was kind of weak, boss. Hey, you right. Hey, bro, that book you read dumb as hell.
Yeah, I read it. I thought it was stupid as hell, bro. That's funny. I would give it to. I think I'm gonna give it to Klaus from Umbrella Academy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I fucked with his character that much. I think he deserves some light respect. He put in some work. And plus, I don't have nothing from the manga this week to really put respect on.
Yeah, true.
Hinomaru's win wasn't as raw as Chiharu's consistent wins. You know what I mean? Not as much love behind it. Like, I fucked with it. I felt it. But I don't...
Shit.
I wouldn't put as much respect on it as I would...
Almost fucked up.
as I would... the other shit. Chiharu's wins.
I don't know. I mean, you do gotta admit though, homie did incorporate Elite Buddy's move. Like after he did that, I gave him a decent amount of ups. And then right?
and
like how that was literally an after image. I was like, what? that actually got me low key. So I'm thinking about giving him MVP. I'm just making sure though. Trying to think, Norman.
I think I'm gonna give my MVP to Norman since he's back at it with the strats.
Hey,
back at it again with the strats.
I'm trying to think what else. Actually, I'm gonna give it to Peekaboo Demon Buddy.
Peekaboo Demon Buddy
and Black Clover. I think. Because low-key, he got me like starting to think like hard now about Black Clover. Well, I'm going to say harder than what I have been recently with Black Clover.
He had me reading sentences now on Black Clover.
Exactly.
Because before I don't be reading the sentence, I read like the words.
Right.
1, 2, once I see about 5, 6 words in the sentence, I go, that's good enough. I'm good. I don't know what else you got to say besides well, I'm about to beat your ass or while you hurt me. Like,
and not to mention, homie also got like laws, effing ability, Rumu. Did y'all think about that? Like, if you like kind of read into
switching abilities.
Yeah, I was like,
me switching items.
Low key, that's kind of a pretty.
That's pretty broken magic. So did they transfer his body into someone, or he like an elf? They like
that's the question because
because
homie still mentioned like past memories of what like the elf buddy that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But even though homie like recognized it was a lie because like he didn't really say it with heart or whatever, but it was still an accurate memory. So it's like there's like a pretty big question about what's going on. So he was just
Liar was like. Wait, why was what you just said a lie?
Yeah. He's like, oop, you got
nothing in your chest, nigga.
Nah, but I think homie's gonna start doing like making some heavy moves right now.
All right, cool. Well, that's it. We out of here. See y'all next week.
Oh.
Yeah, he did. He said, what'd you say, Grams? Norman. Yeah. All right. Peace.
Bye.
Until next time.